I don't know if you've noticed, but I think there's something in the air, or in the ground possibly, and it's rather exciting. After decades of floundering under a mound of mediocre mass-produced food, it feels like the tide is now really turning. Britain's definitely been bitten by the grow-your-own bug. More and more people are discovering the joys of getting good clean dirt on their fingers, feasting on their own homegrown produce, and living in tune with the seasons. And that surely has to be worth celebrating. And we've been doing our bit for this grow-your-own revolution with the launch of our land share website that matches would-be veg growers with people who have spare land to grow on. I think it's brilliant. Brilliant. Well done.
Thank you very much.
In anticipation of a blazing summer, I'll be helping my sheep get their kit off at our shearing party. Ready, girls? I'll be cooking up some indulgent early summer delights and investigating the meat that dare not speak its name. Veal or no veal?
Right, you have them.
Oh, ouch. 10 out of 10, 10 and a half maybe. We have liftoff. Here at River Cottage, we've had a blooming good May, and the hedgerow's been heavy with wild flowers. But now it's early June, and it's the edible joys of the garden that are on my mind. If I was only allowed to grow one vegetable to get me through the summer, it would be these guys, peas. I've had peas in the ground outside for nearly 2 months now, but it's definitely not too late to sow some more. In fact, if you sow direct any time in the next 2 weeks, you should have a lovely crop end of August, early September. To maximise the space in this bed, I'm not just sowing rows of peas, I'm sowing squares of peas. I've done 3½ sides rather than the full 4, because a few weeks from now, this is going to be a pea hedge, and I'm going to need a way in. And here's the square that I planted almost a month ago. The peas are coming up beautifully, and now they need something to cling onto so they can reach for the skies. Peas love to climb, and these traditional hazel pea sticks have lots of twiggy bits for their tendrils to grab hold of. They'll become the walls of my pea house, which will soon be lush and green and heavy with pods. It should take 9 or 10 weeks from sowing to podding, but you can have a sneak pea view well before then. Don't wait for the peas, go for the shoots. They're delicious. Perfect in salads or thrown into an omelette. But nothing can beat the first peas of the year, and to get them as early as possible, I always grow a crop in the polytunnel. Those are so lovely. And to me, that means summer's here. Now all I need are a couple of lovely recipes. And so my chef Tim and I are getting our pea brains together in the kitchen. Look at this, Tim.
Hey! Look at them.
First peas of the summer.
They're here. It's so exciting, isn't it? It's like I feel like a child at Christmas. I really love the pods too.
Yeah.
Especially when they're this small.
20 minutes hard boiling, or should we give it half an hour?
I think my gran used to operate by putting them on before Mass and taking them off afterwards.
All right. With all due respect to Tim's granny, these just picked peas are getting boiled for 1 minute tops. The thing is, you think that they're great raw,
yeah,
and they are, but just a minute brings up those sugars, releases that pea flavour.
Absolutely.
That's incredible. Fight for your peas, man.
Right, you have them.
Loving peas, man. Now for something a little more adventurous. What are you thinking you might have a go at?
I'm feeling like a little chilled pea soup of some kind, but I really want to use the pea shoots and the pea shells as well.
I love that.
Do you?
I like the sound of that very much.
I like the sound of it. I'm not sure how it's going to turn out, but we'll give it a go.
To make his thrifty 3-pea soup, Tim's sweating the chopped empty pods in a little butter with a few sliced spring onions.
A hint of garlic in there as well, and the spring onions.
Nice. In go the peas.
Smells amazing.
They're covered in water and simmered for 5 minutes. Then they're blitzed. A fistful of shoots packs the third and final pea punch.
Hey! That happens.
Clean as you go.
Yay!
Really nice. And you definitely get something from the pods and shoots that you don't get from the peas on their own.
It is different, isn't it?
The soup is passed through a sieve to remove any coarse fibres from the pods. And while Tim is chilling his soup over a bowl of ice, I get to work on the perfect pairing of peas and pork. I'm going to go for plain boiled buttered peas with a few fried up chorizo crumbs. Might just put a little sprig of mint into that.
Nice.
Fry the chorizo in butter with a dash of oil, add the lightly boiled peas, and toss with a little ribboned mint. OK, Tim, check this out.
Phenomenal.
Salty and porky, sweetened pea, aromatic mint.
That's all there is to say.
You've said it all. All we've been saying is give peas a chance. And the garden gang are eagerly awaiting their share of the first crop. Hi there.
Wow.
First up, Tim's chilled pea shooters. What do you think of that?
That is really lovely. Is there alcohol in it?
There's no alcohol in it, but it's so delicious you might imagine that there is. It's a little pea cocktail.
Tastes almost nutty. The pea shells are in there.
Ah, yeah, you've got it.
Nice.
Do you like that?
It's really fresh.
It's delicious, isn't it?
This is a very nice canopy, isn't it?
Oh.
As the days get longer and hotter, the sheep are itching to get out of their woolly coats. The aptly named Steve Lamb is our resident Bo Peep, and we've come to see if the time is right for the annual short back and sides. They eat like pigs, these sheep. What do we think about shearing? Do you think we're nearly there?
We're very close. In fact, I think we're overdue.
Are there any telltale clues in the fleece that it's time for shearing?
Tend to pick it up with a change in the texture. It gets a little bit greasier. Do you feel that? Like the lanolin? Well, of course you know what I mean.
Very similar to mine.
Yeah.
I think I've got more lanolin than the sheep.
Have you?
I mean, I'm ready for shearing.
You need to go to the barbers. Who are we going to get to do the shearing? There was a whispering rumour that you're an expert.
I've shorn, I sheared.
Are you sure you sheared?
I sheared one 6-7 years ago, and I swore I'd never do it again.
What happened?
Cuts, grazes, and that was just me.
Are you sure you're up to it, Hugh?
There we go.
Come on, Hugh. You're buggering around like an old woman. It's not an old lady's rest home.
OK, come on, let's get on with it.
There's no blood, so that's the main thing. Oh! How's she sitting for you, Hugh? She's sitting all right? What a bloody mess.
So tell me, how bad am I at shearing sheep?
Quite frankly, Hugh, you're bloody useless.
That's not fair. That's not fair.
No, I think it was fair.
Really?
Yeah. I feel that I've been out of the game long enough, and I want to give it another go.
Well, that's grand.
I hope it'll go better than last time, as I'm planning to celebrate the start of summer by throwing a sheep shearing party for the whole River Cottage gang. Back in April, I was already starting to think about a party drink, but I didn't want to get fleeced at the off-licence. So I headed for the hedgerow, where happy hour had just arrived. Gorse is often overlooked, but not today, as king of the foragers, John Wright and I are planning to make gorse flower wine. That's if we can get to the flowers.
They're an absolute devil to pick. Wherever there's a flower, there's a spike.
I'm wondering just whether we might be able to sort of pick bare-handed around the spikes. I mean, I've bought my gloves.
I should leave that one to...
No is the short answer.
No, just look at those spines. I mean, they are vicious. Ow. Oh, God.
Should I eat one?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, great. Let's try. Oh, there's a bit of sort of nectary sweetness to begin with.
Yeah. Are you getting the smell, Hugh?
Oh, my God. It smells of coconuts.
Coconuts, yeah. I hope it's going to survive the brewing process.
So, do you think some sort of hedgerow pina colada might be on offer?
Pina colada would be a great idea. Ow.
Ouch. Isn't there flower on gorse for most of the year?
Oh, yeah, and they say that when gorse is out of blossom, then kissing is out of fashion.
That's lovely. And it's a good job it is in flower all the year round, because at this rate, that's how long it's going to take for us to gather enough for our brew. I haven't got very many, John.
Yeah, it's rubbish, isn't it?
Pathetic. You know, I can still see the bottom of my basket. It's going to be here all day.
I've done a lot better.
No, you haven't.
No, I haven't.
I'm going to call on reinforcements.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to. We're never going to get anywhere.
Ah, here comes the cavalry.
Oh, goodness for that.
Hello. Steve, I'm a little bit worried about that short-sleeve shirt.
Well, maybe I ought to take a kind of advisory role.
No, get stuck in. It seems that we rugged, wild men of nature are being put to shame by the ladies. You're never picking without gloves, Kat.
Yeah, it's a bit easier. I think you can just pick the flowers off quite easily.
Ellie, are you going gloveless too?
Yeah, I find it easier. I think we've got a method that works now.
Oh, look, Steve's doing it now. It's the new fashion. Let's pick without gloves. With all the extra help, our baskets are soon brimming over with yellow flowers. That's beautiful.
Oh, no, don't tell him anyway, don't tell him. Oh, that smells intense now.
Our abundance of gorse flowers goes into 30 litres of boiling water.
There you go. Oh, that's nearly your entire contribution on the floor.
God.
Just brilliant. isn't
Look,
it?
there's an insignificant amount on the floor. As the flowers infuse, the aromas coming off the pans are sending out confusing signals. What are you getting?
Cucumber.
What are you getting? Yeah, stewed apple with a hint of Brazil nut.
It's like floor polish.
You always say something to spoil it.
No.
It smells good, but I can't see it very well. 5 kilos of sugar goes in and is stirred to dissolve. Then 20 litres of cold water brings the brew down to blood temperature, ideal to activate the yeast. I took all the trouble of sterilising that bin, and now you've just put your dirty elbow
What
in.
is wrong with my elbow? I had a bath last week.
Along with the yeast, a litre of lemon juice goes in to give acidity. Oh, it's a lovely colour already, isn't it?
All crumbs, there's quite something there, isn't there?
That's really interesting.
Well, actually, the wines at this stage usually taste pretty awful, but that's pretty good.
It's like coconut lemonade at the moment, isn't it? It's almost the pina colada right now.
It is, it is.
Imagine what it'll be like when it's alcoholic. It'll be lovely. 3 days later, and it should be alcoholic and ready to rack off into demijohns. Shall we see what's been occurring?
Okay.
Shall we just lift the mushy stuff off the top?
Yeah.
Oh! I can't believe it. You
just don't learn,
first
do you?
thing I
Just
just
don't
don't learn. Look, that thorn has been macerating in alcohol for 3 days, and it still absolutely rammed me through the finger.
You're not looking for sympathy, are you?
Yes, I am. That really hurt. Once siphoned into the demijohns, the secondary fermentation should turn more of the sugar into alcohol. And 3 weeks later, it's finished and ready for bottling. Like any farm with livestock, back in March, River Cottage was a busy maternity ward.
Oh, yeah.
And one morning brought the arrival of a bouncing baby bull. Bull calf. Little boy. How about you trying to find a drink? As a beef calf, this animal is destined for the table. But until his time is up, I want him to live as natural and free-ranging a life as possible. That was practically a skip.
He wants to be a horse.
For a newborn calf like mine, born into a traditional beef herd like this one, The outlook's really pretty good. And in fact, for most of his 18-month to 2.5-year life, he'll be doing what cows were designed to do. Suckling his mother, living in this family group. He'll be outside eating grass with the sun on his back. For a bull calf born into the dairy system, on the other hand, the prospects are really very different. Pure-breed male dairy calves are obviously of no use to the milk industry, and the dairy breeds are not considered meaty enough to raise as beef. So what sort of fate awaits them then? Normally, a pretty grim one. In Europe, they still go to the highly controversial veal industry. Despite a recent ban on the notorious crate system, it's still legal in Europe to keep veal calves for their entire existence in a very confined space. In fact, you're allowed to keep them in a space 1.8 metres squared. That's just big enough for them to turn around in, and it's what I'm standing in right now. And that's not all. Many continental veal calves don't get any straw bedding and are deprived of the vital roughage they need to develop a healthy gut. Instead, they're fed almost exclusively on milk, creating the infamous white veal. But simply shunning this veal doesn't necessarily solve the problem. Now these male dairy calves face a different kind of problem. They have almost no commercial value, and the result of that is harsh but pretty much inevitable. Bang! A bullet in the head within hours of birth. And surely that's a terrible, unacceptable waste of life and food. I'm on my way to see a commercial dairy farmer who's looking for a constructive solution. I must say I'm feeling a little bit uneasy. I'm about to visit what's essentially an indoor rearing system. Not quite sure what I think about that yet. Mrs. Kimber believes that the higher welfare rosé veal she produces will convince me.
We are farmers, we love our cattle, we love the job we're doing. We're not in it for killing or bad treatment.
These veal calves spend the first 3 or 4 days of their lives in this outdoor nursery field. So far, so good.
Which one's that?
So we've got 2 boys here.
We've got 2 boys. This one will give us some very nice veal. Lovely, mission accomplished.
Well done, boys. 2 little bull calves like that, they wouldn't have got ear tags. They'd have had bullets 2 days ago, within hours of birth. How do you feel about that?
It's a tragedy. There's no reason for these animals not to land up as good meat.
But within a few days, these animals are brought indoors, or at least under cover. They're kept in open-sided pens in small groups, well bedded on straw. But they won't be seeing the grass again. Why can't they actually be out on the pasture with their mothers, enjoying the grass and the sun on their back?
You know, that would be the creme de la creme, but it does not work. Dairy cows are bred to produce a lot of milk, and if these were left with their mothers, they would have too much milk, and of course, we wouldn't have any milk.
So to some extent, it is a sort of commercial welfare compromise.
Absolutely.
It's a tricky one for me. Although I'd love to see these animals out on pasture, this is clearly a massive improvement on the lives of continental veal calves. How are they after 5, 6, 7 months?
Well, if you just walk across the yard, I'll show you.
They're over here, are they?
Yeah.
OK.
Let's have a look. They've got their natural food there to eat, and of course then they'll lie down and cud. So that is how they display their natural behaviour.
To be tender veal rather than second-rate beef, the calves in Mrs. Kimber's system are still fed milk all their lives. But they also get natural roughage from cereals. It makes their meat a little pinker, but keeps the animals in better health. So these chaps are the finished article?
Absolutely.
From one pen to the next, I'm wondering what I'm going to see, and in each case I'm actually seeing animals in really good condition. These guys almost look the best of all. I mean, they've really got a sheen to them.
My job as a farmer is to make sure that these animals have as best as we can give them.
That's right.
And we feel we do that.
Good welfare is based on good husbandry that meets the animal's needs. And these calves seem comfortable and contented in their straw-laden pens. I'm really impressed by the finish on these animals, and I'd really like to try some of your veal. Could be one of these chaps?
Yeah, it will be this chap in the middle.
It does look in very good nick. So, is 6 to 8 months under Mrs. Kimber's watchful eye better than a bullet in the head or a life in Europe's veal system? I think it is. But veal's been off the menu in this country for so long, will people ever want to eat it again, higher welfare or not?
Come on, boys.
To find out,
Here you go.
I'll be cooking some up at Taunton Farmers Market. In early June, there's so much veg coming through in the garden that's almost ready, but not quite. And that can be very tantalising. But you don't have to get your taste buds in a twist, because the perennial and overwintered herbs are always ahead of the veg. And one of my favourites is parsley. Today, it's a big bunch I'm after for my local low food miles version of an Italian classic, pesto. I'm chopping the washed, picked over and de-stalked parsley nice and fine, but not to dust. The grater is the perfect tool for very finely chopped garlic. 1 fat clove should do it. Parmesan is the classic pesto cheese, but this isn't a classic pesto. And this is a beautiful local cheese called Devon Oak. It's cheddary, semi-hard, and it has a fantastic flavour. And even my lovely oils are local, both produced here in the West Country. Rapeseed and hemp. There's no pine nuts in this pesto, as I want it to shout parsley. Season with salt and pepper, and hey pesto is ready for the jar. This will stay fresh and delicious for a week in the fridge. So there you have it, a perfect parsley pesto, so authentically West Country that I'm almost tempted to put a blob of clotted cream in it. Not a bad idea actually if you're serving it with plain boiled pasta, but why not make hot pesto bread by spreading it thickly into a sliced loaf and baking it in the oven for 10 minutes. Well, if this tastes as good as it smells, I think it's going to blow me away. Wow, what I love about this is that it reminds me what a dearly beloved herb our parsley is, and rightly so. It's gorgeous. Ray the meat maestro has come to River Cottage to help us butcher a side of Mrs. Kimber's veal. What do you think, Ray?
My mouth's watering. Because it's been fed a little bit of hard food, you've got more flavour in it with the fat. I mean, traditionally, veal wouldn't have had any of this fat on at all.
And it wouldn't be nearly as big as this.
No, it wouldn't be half as big as this.
My first task is to divide this side of veal into the forequarter and hindquarter.
You need to count 3 ribs down. That's 1, 2, 3. Lovely.
It's a tricky first cut.
Keep going.
The saw is used for the bones.
Just go with the knife now.
And the knife for the flesh.
Yeah.
Like any keen student, I want to be top of the class. Have I gone off piece?
That's it. Well,
so it's not entirely straight. Marks out of 10 for the first cut?
About 7. You struggled a bit.
Right. OK, the gauntlet's down. Next cut for you, Gil, I think.
You've drawn the short straw, I think, here, because this is the most expensive bit. We've got to get this right. You know, it's double the value on the rump steak side.
I'm with you.
Very good for you. Okay. That's it. You heard that crack?
I heard the crack.
That's the bones gone now.
I've got the weight of it.
Yeah, you're in a perfect position now to cut Hugh's throat.
Perfect.
So
things haven't got that bad, have they, Gil?
No.
Keep going, that's excellent.
I'm quite close to the tip of that knife.
OK?
So,
right, it's yours, Hugh.
Whee!
It's a perfect cut, and that's exactly what you're aiming for.
I'm not sure I want to hear this, but marks out of 10 for the boy?
Nearly 9.
Nearly 9?
Nearly 9.
You nearly got 9.
Is that a 9?
No, it's an 8.
No, 9 stuck in my throat, I couldn't say it.
The famous Italian veal dish, ossobuco, comes from the shin, above the knee, on the front and back legs.
OK.
Oh, he dropped it. Butterfingers.
I think the nerves are kicking in a bit here, aren't they?
Ossobuco is slowly braised with wine and herbs until the sinewy muscle becomes meltingly tender and rich.
I think you're back on about 6, maybe.
I
nearly said 5. What we're going to do
Brisket,
now,
sometimes called breast of veal, is from the ribs and belly. It's a third of the price of rump or loin, but twice as tasty. Gil, what do you think about this for you for the end of the week?
Oh, I could definitely use it. Roasted whole on the bone with some thyme.
Oh, yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah, lovely
Thanks
too.
a lot.
We might have to pop down for a bit of that.
Yeah. Ooh.
From above the brisket comes the 4-rib roast. And from the shoulder, plenty of good stewing meat for pies and casseroles. I'm going to make no secret about this, Ray. I'm really going for a perfect pile of beautiful stewing meat there. I'm looking for a 9 out of 10 at least. And if I don't get it, I'm going to be really upset.
I am not going to be swayed by that sort of talk, Hugh.
Meanwhile, teacher's pet gets to work on the rump.
And you don't want to cut into the meat at all now, Robert.
The expensive end, where there's succulent roasting joints and tender veal escallops. Final marks, final session. Gil's topside versus my stew.
Very near, spot on. Oh, I can't say it.
No.
8.5. Oh! I'll give Gil 8.5 for that as well, actually. I couldn't give you 9.
So, the cooks can just about butcher, but can the butcher cook? That's beautiful, yeah. Ray's juicy veal escallops, cut from the rump, are lightly dusted in seasoned flour and fried in a little butter for just a minute on each side. Look at that, that's just perfectly pink. Tuck in there, go for it. Don't be shy. Oh, God. Oh, it just melts, doesn't it?
Oh, it's tender, isn't it?
It's got flavour though, isn't it?
Beautiful.
And marks out of 10 for our cookery student today?
Well, 10 out of 10.
See, frankly, I'd be scared to give him any less. 10 out of 10, 10.5 maybe. So, if you want to get cooking with higher welfare veal like Mrs. Kimber's, make sure you ask for British-reared rosé veal at your nearest good butcher's or even at the supermarket. Last year, I met some fantastic folk who are growing food despite not owning even a bit of land.
Don't moan about not being on an allotments list. Find a bit of land that needs some love and grow on it.
I haven't actually had to buy any vegetables since May.
That's incredible. These can-do stories inspired the Landshare project, and we've now set up a great website for the scheme that matches people who want to grow their own food with others who've got space for them to grow it in. Since we launched Landshare, over 30,000 people have registered, and now the Landshare website is humming with would-be growers and sharers. Our first match came when John and Val Richardson, farmers in Edgeworth near Manchester, handed over 2 acres of their own small farm to the scheme in the form of 15 plots of land. They were all snapped up within days.
I ploughed the field yesterday, not expecting anybody to be wanting anything straight away, and then all of a sudden all these people started turning up and helping out, and they all seem to be very, very keen. I'm absolutely amazed.
We'll have our own vegetable site within the farm, but we'll just lend a hand to help get it sorted. It's really exciting as more and more people get involved. So.
Philip Bolton and his family have been dreaming of having a little plot to grow on for years.
We started growing vegetables probably about 4 years ago, growing mainly in pots because we've got no soil in the backyard at all. The allotment waiting lists are 6 or 7 years for most sites. I couldn't even get on the waiting list, it was that bad. So Landshare was a great opportunity to really do what I want to do.
Now Philip's growing ambitions can literally take root.
I have as much land as I can really cope with. The sooner we get things growing, the better.
And Philip's not alone.
Well, what we want to do is provide veg for ourselves all year round. Without people like John and his wife, we wouldn't have the chance to do this.
This new community of growers want to say a big thank you to John and Val for offering up their land, and frankly, so do I. So I'm in cahoots with Philip and his niece to bake a special surprise thank you cake. Hi there.
Hi.
You must be Katie. And you must be Philip.
Hi, here, please come in.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, we've had some very nice cakes up at the farm ourselves.
Really?
Val's a bit of an expert.
That's John's wife, Val?
Yeah.
You have some competition. You have some
oh my
real
God.
competition up there.
So we're going to be judged by her incredibly high standards.
Yeah.
And she is an excellent cook.
I'm going home. We thought a carrot cake would fit the bill, and my double quantities version uses 8 eggs and 8 large carrots. The carrots get grated and the eggs beaten. You're going to have to be a bit more aggressive than that, Katie. Come on, give them a real whipping, because this is where the air's going in. Next, 300 grams of sugar are added to the eggs and whisked in until light and moussey. That is now looking perfect.
Does it mean I can stop?
It means you can stop. 400 grams of wholemeal cake flour is topped up with 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Whisk 600 ml of sunflower oil into the eggy mousse. I think there's just enough space in there to get the oil. And once that's absorbed, fold in the flour and the grated carrots. You're licking the bowl, Philip, like a little kid.
Best part of cake making.
Bake for 45 minutes at 170 degrees centigrade.
There you go.
When it's still warm, prick the top, pour over half a jar of warmed honey and let it soak well in. That's very nice. Icing is optional, but a good way to mark a special occasion. That's brilliant, Katie. Very good so far.
And there we go.
Oh, you've been to cake decorating classes, haven't you?
Is that how you spell Lancashire?
Now the bit I've been most looking forward to, visiting the very first Landshare growing plots. Wow! Good afternoon, everybody.
Guess who's here?
And I can't wait to meet John and Val.
John's up there, just at the top with Amy.
Up there on that machine? Yeah. I've been told I need to meet John.
Hugh, this is
Hello,
John.
John. Very good to meet you.
Nice to see you.
Well, lovely to be here. What a fantastic place you've got here.
Well, we're trying to get people organised.
What a lot of people here are reaping the benefit.
Look at them all, I mean.
I know.
This really is a thank you from all of us to you for letting us use the land. Oh!
Does it pass the Val test?
It's wonderful. Absolutely gorgeous.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Did you get a bit with a big bit of icing on?
Yes.
Oh, well done.
Gorgeous, fantastic cake. In fact, that is the best cake that I have ever made.
You're very modest with it, aren't you? Tell me, was that a little bit of a surprise?
The biggest surprise I've had in a long time.
Were you a little bit nervous, Val, about opening up your land to strangers from around the place?
What I was apprehensive about was, would anybody want the land? Was there a need for it out there? There obviously is the need, and I think it's an excellent idea. I hope we can be a good kind of advert for it across the country.
I think you're blazing a trail, I really do. I think it's brilliant. Brilliant, well done.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
This looks beautiful. I've had a lovely afternoon. I've met some brilliant people who've done something truly inspirational, together. And that's what Landshare is about. What's really exciting me is where we go from here. In the coming weeks, I'll be uncovering more inspiring and surprising tales of the joys of growing your own food. Nice raised beds. And the soil looks good. Wet at the moment, but... It's just a few days to the shearing party, and it's time to find out if, after 6 weeks in the bottle, our gorse flower wine has blossomed or deserves to be spiked. I'm really hoping we've still got some of that strange but lovely coconuttiness.
Yeah, me too, me too. Were we going to get a pop, though? Oh, a bit of one.
There's a very slight fizz to this.
There is a fizz, yeah.
It's
give an
lightly pétillant, as I believe they say in France.
Pétillant? What on earth's pétillant?
Lightly fizzy.
Why on earth didn't you say that in the first place?
Well, because when I'm talking about wine, I like to use pretentious French phraseology, like everyone else.
No, you do it very well.
Thank you. Shall we taste it before we have an argument?
Smells like a champagne, that little
Yeah.
fizz there. My goodness.
God.
That really is good. I'm always surprised when it works.
Do you know what? It's rather grown up and sophisticated. It's lost that sort of cocktaily sweetness.
Really dry, isn't it? I think there's coconuts still in it.
Definitely.
It's still there.
Definitely in the nose and just coming through on the palate.
I found a general purpose way of describing a wine. It's an approachable wine.
Oh, it's certainly approachable.
Very good.
Staggeringly approachable. And if you approach it often enough, you will stagger.
View is.
It's time to find out if higher welfare veal can satisfy both the conscience and the taste buds of the British public. So I'm cooking up a veal dish to take to Taunton Farmers Market. I think this shoulder looks like absolutely fantastic meat, and I'm going to make a lovely veal stew. I'm going to brown this veal as I would with any meat that I'm going to put in a stew. And it's really important that I don't overload the pan, otherwise the juice comes out of the meat, it starts simmering in its own juice, and it never gets browned. There we go, there's a bit of colour. Next, flambe with a generous slosh of cider apple brandy. A wall of fire. And in fact, it's also a wall of flavour, because the alcohol is going to burn off my cider apple brandy and leave a beautiful fruity flavour in the meat. That's the first batch done. For the farmer's market, I'm working in mega quantities. And for each kilo of meat, I'm adding a good ½ litre of sieved plum tomatoes. This veal shoulder is beautiful meat, but there's not much fat, and that means there's a little danger of dryness. So for the meat to be really succulent and delicious, I want to add a bit of fat back in. And for veal, I think the best way to do that is a little bit of cream. Well, quite a lot of cream, actually. But it still needs a little more seasoning. First, some garlic. Now I'm going to add the salt in the form of fish. Don't panic, this really isn't going to taste fishy. Anchovies are an excellent way of seasoning meat, especially lamb, but also veal. I've saved the very last bit of cream here, and the anchovies will just dissolve away into that. We have liftoff. That is spot on. Tender veal will only need a little more than an hour of slow simmering. Stewing beef would take double that. It's market day, and I've come to Taunton to pose a crunch question for British agriculture. The big question today is, veal or no veal? And I'm sure my trio of little helpers won't be cowed by any opposition. Meet the calves and taste the veal. It's all happening here this morning. So I'm dishing out the dinners, and Mrs. Kimber's telling market-goers the story of her calves. Will our two-horned attack convince people to make a regular meal of British higher welfare veal?
To produce veal, they won't be slaughtered until they're 7 or 8 months old, which is 2 or 3 months older than your pork and your lamb.
Have you eaten veal recently?
No.
Why not?
Because of the stigma that goes with veal.
But have we bitten off more than we can chew here? You're not keen to try it?
I don't agree with it full stop. So
have you had a chat with Mrs. Kimber
no,
about
but I've had a look at the calves, so I'm going to move on and have a coffee now.
Okay.
These aren't used for milking then?
No, because they're bulls.
Oh, the bulls.
And that's the exact dilemma. Who else would like to try some of this morning? It's a slightly tricky start to the day, but there's a long way till lunchtime.
I love it, but...
So now you are in a dilemma, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah. What are your thoughts, or dare I say, prejudices about veal?
I just feel it's a little bit... I don't see the need, personally. Why?
Well, if nobody ate the new British veal, then calves like that won't have any life at all. So we're just trying to get it back on track, but on a new higher welfare system.
That is a good argument, yeah.
So it's veal or no veal?
I wouldn't have bought veal unless you told me that I wouldn't. There's not a chance.
But now you think you might try it again?
Yeah, well, it's nice.
Would you like to try some of this?
Very tender.
It's very nice, very tender. That's good.
I'm quite nervous dishing it up to you. You probably eat more veal than anyone else in the country.
It's lovely and tender. bad cook.
You're not a bad farmer. Yeah, all gone. All gone. Well, it's been a fascinating morning. I think we've made a few converts, and I think we've cleared up a few misunderstandings. What this is going to do for the future of veal and for the future of Britain's bull dairy calves remains to be seen. It's the day of our sheep shearing party, and I want to serve a slap-up supper, not just for the shearing crew, but for the whole River Cottage gang. I'm planning to do something special with the last of Mrs. Kimber's rosé veal. The sheep shearing party's also going to be our first barbecue of the year, and I've done a massive raid on the herb garden to make the ultimate herby barbecue marinade. And it's not just for veal. It'll work brilliantly for chicken pieces, pork chops, even mackerel. Now, there's no need to be at all precious about putting this marinade together. In fact, you want to be deliberately rough with the herbs. Bruising them is going to bring out those essential aromatic oils that's going to give the marinade loads of flavour. So I'm bashing a bunch of oregano and stripping a sprig of rosemary. Rosemary has such an intense, almost piney flavour that it has a tendency to dominate other herbs. So I don't want to overdo it, but I don't mind if a few of these very pretty purple rosemary flowers go in. Then the thyme goes in, torn up stalks and all. And finally, the chives, including the flower heads. Now, the aromatics are just flying off those bashed up herbs, and I want to get some oil in there straight away so that all that flavour stays in the marinade and doesn't disappear into the air. I'm using my trusty rapeseed oil, and for citrusy zest, the thinly pared peel of a couple of lemons. To the herby mix, add half a dozen cloves of garlic, coarsely chopped, and the juice of a lemon. I'm going for plenty of black pepper, but definitely no salt at this stage. I don't want to draw the juices out of the meat. I'm going to leave the meat in the marinade for a couple of hours. Definitely not much longer. I'm just flavouring that meat, not pickling it. Now for a herby dressing, which is going to freshen up those flavours when the meat comes off the barbie. I'm using pretty much the same herbs, but chopped much finer. Shortback and chives, sir? Certainly, sir. My pleasure, sir. I'm turning the lemon as I go to make sure I'm only taking the zest and not taking the pith. Finally, add your oil and lemon juice and season to taste. And the sharpness of the lemon juice brings all those herbs alive. This is such a great dressing. They're responding. Yeah. It's time to shear some sheep, and Steve Bo-Peep has roped us into rounding up the flock. I've tried shearing once and vowed never again, but after 7 years, I'm ready to face my woolly demons once more.
Right, how's it going?
Fortunately, Tim is from sheep keeping stock, so he's got his uncle along to guide us safely through the shearing.
Right, we're ready for some sheep.
A professional can shear a sheep in 2 minutes flat, removing its fleece in a single piece.
That's called practice, is it?
Doesn't she look good? First of the amateurs is Tim, who's obviously keen to hold up the family reputation.
Now you're motoring, Tim. It's in the blood, really, isn't it?
I think you missed a bit, Tim.
Yeah.
Doesn't it grow back quickly?
It does.
I think I'm going to stick to cooking them. Still, let's see what you've got, Steve.
He's a very relaxed view, Stephen.
He's good, Tim. It's a good job I'm not competitive. Otherwise, I might be a bit worried here.
Fast resistant. Must be in the name.
What, Steve?
Oh, she's gone to sleep.
She enjoyed that so much she doesn't want to get up.
Pretty good, Steve.
Are you going to catch the sheep, or do you want me to do it?
No, I better go and get the sheep. Now it's my turn, and I'm dreading it. Come on then.
The neck blows up here.
It's worse than the last time. Ooh, down you get, darling. No. Ooh, off she goes. Hang on, we're not quite finished yet, darling. Back we come.
Pay by the fleece, Hugh, not by the hour.
Use head. that because there's a hamstring there, so you can let it go.
I'm so sorry that it had to be you. Thank you very much, Gavin.
That's all right.
I can't say I enjoyed that. Come and grab some course, everyone. Tim, have a crack at that.
I got the nice clear one.
You're getting a bit of that coconuttiness, Tim.
The coconut really comes through.
Post-cheering pea shooter. Here's to summer. Cheers, everybody. Cheers. With the last sheep shorn, it's pea shooters all round. Our first barbecue of the year is a sheer delight.
Come and eat, come and eat.
Looks great, Hugh.
And I, for one, can't wait to revel in the pleasures and good eating of the long summer days ahead. Those sheep are looking well, aren't they? Very happy to have got their winter kit off. Next time at River Cottage, nothing goes to waste on leftovers night. I think it's time to come clean about leftovers.
Oh dear.
I cast around for a new way of fishing. I do think that the harder you work for a fish, the better it tastes.
And some of us have been working harder than others.
And get my fingers burnt while duelling with desserts.
It's better than yours, isn't it?
I don't know if you've noticed, but I reckon there's something in the air, or possibly in the ground, and it's exciting. After decades of floundering under a mound of mediocre mass-produced food, it feels like the tide is now really turning. Britain's definitely been bitten by the grow-your-own bug. More and more people are discovering the joys of getting good clean dirt under their fingernails and feasting on their own homegrown produce. Coming up, I'll be knocking up some tasty treats from food others might throw away and dishing them out for our special leftovers night.
That is spanking.
It's a great pudding. And I'll be working miracles with loaves. Do we really need all this rubbish in our daily bread? And fishes. He's not going anywhere. While John and Steve turn water into wine. Or more precisely, carrot peelings into beer.
Hubble bubble, toil and trouble.
Unbelievably good.
That's delicious.
Get out!
Yes! 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 Early June at River Cottage is a real thrill. From the kitchen garden to the polytunnel, we're fit to bursting with thrusting young vegetables. The harvest has begun, but there's still nurturing to do too. This is such an exciting time of year. I love just watching the seedlings coming through, and this is an almost perfect little row of carrots, which is really encouraging because they can be temperamental so-and-sos. Mind you, between now and the moment when they offer up their fabulous crunchy orange roots, they're going to have to run the gauntlet of a fair few trials and tribulations. When you've worked hard to bring your homegrown harvest to fruition, you'll savour every bite. The fruits of your own labour are just too good to waste. But the sad fact is, a third of all the food we buy in this country is thrown away. It's not only an insane waste, I think it's culinary madness too. As my wily head chef Tim knows very well, leftovers are one of a good cook's most valuable commodities. It's a funny thing, isn't it? Because when you're cooking at home, some of your favourite dishes are things you do with leftovers. And yet, once we get into a restaurant kitchen, leftovers are sort of like a dirty word. It's like, we all know leftovers get recycled very creatively by good chefs. But instead of boasting about it, they're trying to sneak it onto the menu without anyone noticing. I'm making you nervous now.
I can see where this is going.
I think it's time to to come clean about leftovers and celebrate them on our menus.
Oh dear.
You'd rather some of those leftover secrets stayed in the kitchen?
You know, what you are doing, though, is one of my classic things that I hate. You're showing everyone how the tricks are done.
I think we should come clean on behalf of the industry, Tim. And when you show up at the pub with the other local chefs,
Yes.
well, you may not be able to do that anymore. I'm hoping to recruit the sceptical Tim for a special mission. Leftovers night here at the canteen. It'll be the perfect antidote to economic doom and gloom, and a chance to show off our favourite thrifty recipes. To get Tim in the mood, a dessert challenge. What about bread and butter pudding?
Yeah.
You a big fan?
Yeah, big fan.
I struggle with my bread and butter pudding, and I'll tell you the problem I have is it's the fiddliness of the little triangles of bread butter. So I've got a way round that, which is to blitz the bread and go for a breadcrumb and butter pudding or an eggy bread pudding. Stale bread is whizzed up into breadcrumbs. I need 200 grams. For a simple custard, I'm whisking 3 whole eggs and 3 extra egg yolks with 100 grams of sugar. Then scalding 400 mils of milk and 200 of cream and whisking that in. 3/4 of the breadcrumbs are folded in and left to plump up in the custard for half an hour. How much easier is that than buttering all those little triangles of bread for your bread and butter pudding?
It's certainly easier, isn't it?
But is it going to be tastier? You have your doubts. you were already thinking this is not going to be as good as the bread and butter pudding.
I believe the proof will be in the pudding.
As the breadcrumbs swell in the custard, I'm gently frying the remaining 1/4 of them in butter with a little added caster sugar. The crummy custard goes into a well-buttered oven dish, and the buttery, crispy crumbs will make a lovely crunchy topping. Bake for about 30 minutes, but don't overdo it. There should always be a bit of wobble in the middle. I know I'm not exactly making history by turning stale bread into a pudding, but you got something a bit more radical for your pud.
I have, indeed. It's one of my favourite cake recipes, using up old leftover mashed potato.
No.
Yeah.
Which kind of cake?
Well, it's a lemon drizzle cake.
So lemon drizzle cake with mash instead of flour?
You got it, yeah.
Tim's creaming 200 grams of unsalted butter with the same amount of caster sugar in the mixer till it's pale and fluffy. What in God's name are you doing?
Well, my butter was a little bit cold from the fridge, so I was just warming it up.
That'll do it. Add 4 beaten eggs to the mix and the zest from 4 lemons and 2 oranges. Then it's time for the key ingredient, 250 grams of last night's leftover mash. So you really are putting mashed potato in your pudding?
I really am putting mashed potato
You weren't just saying that. 2 teaspoons of baking powder and 200 grams of ground almonds, and you're well on the way to a delicious and gluten-free pud.
Right, OK. Cakey mixture. So I'm just going to batter in the oven.
For 25 minutes. Time enough for Tim to knock up a quick lemon drizzle. 100 grams of caster sugar dissolved in the juice of 2 lemons. Duly drizzled over the lightly spiked cakes. They look pretty tasty, but how will they square up to my eggy bready pud? And will either recipe fit the bill for leftovers night?
Oh, man. That is spanking. I think that's every bit as good as bread and butter pudding, and a lot less painstaking.
Yeah, it's so easy to knock up, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Very, very user-friendly. It wouldn't work quite so well without the crunchy top, would it?
No.
Because it would be too gooey and puddingy, but that puts a bit of structure and excitement back in.
Brings the texture back.
Bring on the mash.
Indeed. Oh, nice steaming action.
It looks beautiful. I mean, look at the texture there.
Lighter than a cake made with flour.
Yeah, it really is. Wow. It's a great pudding. Has it really got mash in it?
Yeah, it really has.
Mashed potato.
Absolutely, mashed potato. It's better than yours, isn't it?
I don't see this as a competition.
Oh, don't you?
I'll concede that it's more elegant. It's got fantastically interesting flavours going on. I think it's classier than mine. I think mine's the homey one.
Yeah, all right.
Mine's the homey one.
Okay.
Yours is the classy chefy one.
All right.
2 fine puddings. I think we put them both on the menu for leftovers night.
Brilliant.
I love fishing, but some fish just seem to be out to taunt me. And one of the most tantalising is the elusive and delicious grey mullet.
Morning, John. John, Hugh, you all right?
You'll see it now and again on the fishmonger's slab, and usually very reasonably priced.
Nice to see you.
It's one of those fish that drive anglers nuts, isn't it? You see them in the harbour, swimming around, nibbling bits of bread. You think, God, they must be easy to catch.
Yeah.
And you get your rod and line out, and you can spend all day, and they just take the mickey.
We better get our book of excuses just in case, because they are so, like you say, devilishly crafty fish.
Grey mullet love hanging out off rocky shores and in tidal harbours. We'll be fishing from John's boat, without even leaving the mooring. Mashed up stale fish and stale bread, another canny leftovers recipe, should bring the fish to us.
These stones are going to help the ground bait to sink.
Yep, they'll send it right to the bottom and keep it there.
The anticipation is building, and I'm dying to get fishing with my lucky rod.
You want that to sink before the gulls get it, really, don't you?
Yeah.
But it turns out John's got a whole different bit of kit in mind.
Yep. We're going to try cast netting.
We're going to try and net them?
Try and net them.
OK.
So it's a little bit different. There's quite a trick.
I see. So basically, you're casting it out and it lands in a big circle.
Yes.
And then closes down underneath.
Yep. And the fish sits in these pockets here, so they don't fall out the bottom.
As the rain comes down, John gives me a quick demo.
Oh, perfect. Nice one.
This looks easy.
OK, here we go. I need some sort of a follow through.
Well, you need something. I'll go and have a coffee and see you in about 2 hours then, Hugh, all right?
Thanks very much, John.
So far, I reckon the resident grey mullet of Axmouth Harbour have never been safer.
I've never been on a fishing boat and felt further from the possibility of actually catching a fish.
No, you're doing fine. It's just, like you say, you just got to perfect
I'm not doing fine. I'm doing rubbish.
It's going in the water.
Well, that's a start, isn't it? Give me a tip, John.
Practice makes perfect.
That's not a tip, that's a cliche.
It's like riding a bike.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
See? I told you it was easy.
Oh, I got myself in the middle of
we caught something.
Now, with 2 seasoned cast net fishermen on the job,
going for distance as well now, I'm impressed.
It takes no time to get our first catch.
You're not what we're after, but at least you've proved it works.
To avoid writing a new chapter in the book of fishing excuses, we decide to try elsewhere in the harbour. The sun's finally peeped out, but the tide's coming up and our hopes are fading fast.
You got one?
Yeah.
You sure?
Feel it kicking.
Oh, yes. Oh, wow, and it's an absolute beauty as well.
Yeah.
You are brilliant. You are. And look how well that net works, because that is the little pocket, isn't it?
That's it.
And he's absolutely in there, exactly as it's designed to do.
Yep.
Oh. He's not going anywhere. I'm holding on to it. I'm thinking, if we take a nice fillet off either side, I could do 2 different dishes.
That sounds good.
Are you up for trying something a bit unusual?
Yep.
You may regret saying that. What a lovely fillet.
Just caught fish is delicious raw, and I'm going to make a fishy carpaccio. Grey mullet is ideal for this, as it's such a meaty fish. You could also use bass or bream, but any fish served raw must be incredibly fresh. Trickle the juice of half a lemon and a little good olive oil over the finely sliced fillets. Chopped capers add a bit of bite, whilst some fennel fronds give a hint of licorice to the fish dish.
My fennel's blowing away, John.
It's lovely summer weather.
I just leave it for a few minutes for those flavours to mingle a bit, so we can get the other fillet on the barbie. These bay leaves will burn underneath the skin, and the flavour of them should just smoulder through lightly into the flesh.
Season with a little salt, a twist of pepper, and a smidgen of roughly chopped thyme.
Little trick to turn our barbie
into an oven, especially on a windy day like this. Let's pop a frying pan on top. While one fillet smoulders on the barbie, the other, raw, is ready to roll. So fresh, isn't it?
Yeah. Very nice. Proper stuff.
Is that the sort of thing you'd have a go at, do you think, now?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that was a rare treat. Now for a cooked one. Wow. How about that, John?
That looks brilliant. Smells even better.
Look at the way it flakes and that beautiful white colour. What do you think?
Bloody lovely.
I do think that the harder you work for a fish, the better it tastes, don't you?
I certainly do. And some of us have been working harder than others.
The thrust of our Landshare website is simple: to help anyone who wants to grow their own food find some land to do it on. I'm not saying growing veg can solve all the world's problems, but I really do believe that planting and nurturing delicious food is not only good for body and soul, it really can change lives. And I recently got to hear about two green-fingered grannies from Lee in Lancashire who take much the same view. Doreen and Marg are an upbeat duo who've persuaded the local council to hand over a plot of derelict land to turn into a veg patch to be run for and by the local kids.
Going to keep the kids off the street playing
yeah,
you know what I mean?
It could create an
into
interest.
trouble.
They're into it now. They're stopping us in the street. When's it starting? They're knocking on our doors, aren't they?
Yeah.
Can we come now? You know, it's they're geared up for it.
When it comes to growing your own, Marg's a natural. In just a year, she's created an edible oasis on wasteland beside her house.
I love it. I love gardening. And I love it when it rains. And it feeds them.
After months of toing and froing, the council finally came good and began to break ground on Marg and Doreen's ambitious project, an edible playground for young kids.
All this part here, we're going to have raised beds, which you will fill with soil. Think it'll be good?
Yeah.
Yeah?
That'd be awesome.
That'll be awesome.
I think it's brilliant because there's nothing for younger generation, so it could keep them all active and everything, give them something to do, keep them out of trouble.
It's just time we have something around this area that the kids can really get stuck into, because they all love playing in the dirt.
You have to get the seeds, then dig a hole in the mud, then you put them in, and then you put the mud back over the seeds, and then they start to grow as the rain comes and the sun comes.
Hello there.
Hello.
You must be Marg and you must be Doreen. How are you?
Pleased to meet you.
It's just a few weeks since the diggers went in, and Marg and Doreen have invited me up to see how it's all going. My God, this is incredible. It's perfect because there's plenty of room for them to move around the beds.
Yeah.
You know, if you had soil everywhere, they'd be running around and having fun, but you know, they would be squashing the plants and stuff like that. You're going to just be able to grow the best veg and the best fruit too. As my contribution to the celebration, I've promised to knock up some luscious fruit lollies packed full of garden goodies. So we've got rhubarb, and do you want to get onto the black currants there, Doreen? We're adding a dash of water and a bit of sugar to the black currants, then heating gently till the berries pop and the juices run. The puree's then strained through a sieve.
Well, you get your finger out.
And mixed with plenty of yoghurt. I mean, if we end up with about half as much blackcurrant as yoghurt, we'll probably be about right. Have a little taste and see what you think.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be using these handy lolly moulds. That's delicious.
Get out.
Sorry, couldn't resist. And I have a feeling these lolly sticks could come in useful later on. Meanwhile, this lovely Lancashire rhubarb is cooked with orange juice and sweetened with a little honey. Simmer until tender. That's looking great. Then whiz in the blender.
Oh, it's better than my blackcurrant.
A few hours in the freezer, and they should all be lollified. Right, lollies all in, Mark. Back at the new veg plot, loads of local kids have turned up to see what all the fuss is about. So, can we make young gardeners out of them by the end of the afternoon?
Can you tell what they are?
Strawberries. Good, this isn't strawberry.
Whee, that's a rhubarb.
Wow. Now to try and inspire them with our frozen assets.
There we go, and it's a blackcurrant.
And if I can't get a kid to lick a lolly, I may as well quit now. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Hello, how are you doing?
Oh, go for it.
To honour the occasion, I reckon we should make the first bed a lolly garden, planting up blackcurrants and rhubarb, as well as strawberries and raspberries.
Would you like to grow your own lollies with this, yeah? Good lad.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mackenzie has just planted the first plant in this garden.
No, I never thought being a police officer that I'd be here digging in the garden of little ornaments.
Yeah, push it down. Go on, lad.
It's something that we can do together as families, as a community.
They're enjoying it, yeah, they are. They're getting stuck in, aren't they? Literally.
They're fighting over trowels.
We can only hope that this is going to inspire them. More than we could have hoped for, really, this, isn't it?
It's great to see a bunch of kids getting muddy and excited about planting fruit bushes.
Do you want to write blackcurrant on that?
I definitely detect some little green fingers amongst this lot. And with ever-present helping hands from Marg and Doreen, I'm sure there'll be homegrown lollies from this bunch within weeks.
Thank you both very much for having me up here.
You're welcome.
Can I pop back and see how you're getting on sometime?
Yeah.
Good luck with it.
Thanks very much.
So a piece of ground that a few weeks ago looked like this, now looks like that. But much more importantly, I'm absolutely certain that it's going to make a real difference to the lives of dozens of kids. You can't ask for more than that. It's fantastic. More than ever, it's vital that we don't waste good food. And I don't want the creative use of leftovers to be the chef's guilty secret. On the contrary, I want to celebrate them at our leftovers night.
I've never had any sort of problem with that sort of behaviour with the roast potato. Cold from the fridge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Somehow, I don't think we can just put that on a plate and tell people it's a dish. What else have we got? Oh, nice bit of cold fish.
Yeah.
Is that a roasted mullet?
That is a roasted mullet. I had a couple left and I thought rather than let them sit in the fridge, you know, getting older, I'll cook them and then we'll put them up, make some fish cakes or something.
I think we've got some leftovers to be proud of, and I don't see why we shouldn't come clean about it on our menu.
If you said to the staff today that you were cooking up some roasties again and a few slices of leftover pork, they'd all be rubbing their hands together, wouldn't
Yes, but the customers don't work here, do they? I mean, my problem
the customers
is...
don't know how good your leftovers are. Now's your chance to show them.
They do know how good my leftovers are, it's just they don't realise it, and I'm quite happy to keep that the way that it is. If you think it's a great idea, then I'll go with you on it.
I'm just feeling my way, Tim. I've got no idea whether it's a great idea. Let's wait till the day after leftovers night, and then I'll tell you whether it was a great idea or not.
Well, when you drop off my P45 in the morning.
Yeah, sorry, Tim. We're out of business.
Well, we'll never know until we try, and I can't wait to get started. Kicking off with that lovely leftover grey mullet from Tim's fridge.
I realise not everyone's going to get excited about a small pile of cold leftover fish, but I beg to differ.
And I'm going to use the chili mullet to road test a possible starter for leftovers night. Firstly, I'm boiling up some puy lentils with a bay leaf, half a red onion and a couple of cloves of garlic.
Now I'm going to put together a really kicking dressing to make this whole dish come alive. And here's a good dollop of mustard to start with.
Add a dash of cider vinegar and trickle in half rapeseed oil, half olive oil. Then finely chop some anchovies, capers, and add them to the mix. A pinch of sugar and a twist of pepper, then give it a shake.
This is just a simple vinaigrette with a few extra goodies in it. As the French say, je ne vinaigrette rien.
After about 15 minutes, the lentils should be cooked to perfection.
I like my lentils still just a tiny bit nutty, and these are done.
The next bit's easy. Just mix it all together. You can use just about any cooked fish for this dish, but firm, meaty mullet holds the dressing really well. Finish with some fresh parsley leaves and finely sliced red onions.
It's lovely, especially when you think what a humble set of ingredients we started with. On this basis, next time someone calls you a cold fish, you could take it as a compliment.
The older I get, the more I hate waste. It makes me feel guilty and gets under my skin. But the reverse is also true. Recycling and being efficient with energy can be hugely satisfying. 6 months ago, we put up a wind turbine at River Cottage. I'm hoping it'll meet over half our energy needs at the farm.
Steve! 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 Hey, Steve!
Kat, are you just hanging on?
Steve! Hooray! 3 cheers for the wind!
Well, blow me, it really works. We've also built a wormery. It speeds up composting and produces a nutritious liquid feed. For plants, that is.
It's quite tempting to give it a sip.
I dare you.
Yeah, go on.
But guess what? I'm not going to.
But there's another product that comes out of my kitchen that I'm determined to put to better use.
Should keep you going for a while.
Until recently, our used cooking oil was driven nearly 200 miles to Liverpool, where it was converted into biodiesel. It seemed to me that any benefit to the environment was compromised by how far it had to travel. But now I've discovered somewhere closer to home that can do the job of converting leftover food into miles. The scheme's run by students in a porter cabin at the local school. Dawn Coughlin is one of them.
You need to whack on the wellies.
So where's most of this stuff coming from that you're processing?
This batch is from the local pub.
So deep fat fryers all around Axminster are starting to come here?
Can be household, can be commercial, anything really.
So what has to happen to turn my grubby deep fat fryer fat into lovely clean biodiesel?
It needs to go in here.
The Axminster Community College refinery was set up with a £3,000 grant, but the filtration system was donated for free.
This looks to me remarkably like a pair of trousers.
It is a pair of trousers.
Is it?
It's a pair of jeans from one of the science teachers.
Does it do a good job?
It's really, really good, and it's obviously filtering really well. We need something that essentially just takes out the bits of dead chip and
So whose jeans are these?
They're Mr. Colville's.
They're Mr. Colville's jeans, are they?
Yeah.
Right. Here comes the really revolting stuff from the bottom. Oh. Do you all get a bit of that?
Yeah.
I don't think I want to put the rest in. There it goes. What's going to happen to it now?
It's going to be treated, there's going to be a catalyst added, then we're going to mix it, it's going to turn into the biodiesel.
Right.
Modern diesel engines need very clean fuel to work efficiently. Mr. Colville's size 38s are just the start of the process. Dawn's testing the pH level so she can work out how much methanol to add to clean the oil.
So how much of this do we need, Dawn?
985 grams.
It's 230. Now I know what I'm doing. It's like baking a cake from here on in.
A catalyst is added to the methanol, and together they kick-start the process that transforms my filtered cooking oil into clean, free-running, environmentally friendly biodiesel.
How long is the whole thing going to take?
Take about six hours, so usually we'll leave this running overnight.
The Axe Valley Community College refinery can produce 500 litres of fuel a week, easily enough to run 10 cars.
It's a completely different colour. That's the dirty stuff.
Yeah, this is the dirty stuff here.
And this is after treatment?
This is after treatment. It's a lot easier to burn, a lot thinner. Essentially, it's a lot cleaner.
And you've taken the fish and chips out?
The fish and chips are definitely out.
This will be the first time I've filled up my newly converted Landy with refined chip oil, and I can't wait to be running on the byproduct of Britain's favourite dish.
I think you'd better turn it off, Dawn. That'll do it. So how much do I owe you for that? 20-litre can, all gone.
Well, it's 50p a litre, so I make that £10.
A tenner it is then.
Thank you.
Just promise me one thing. When I turn the key there, she is going to go, isn't she?
Yeah.
You sure about
Definitely.
that? Yes! And how exciting it is to be driving home on recycled chip oil. John the forager and his accomplice Steve are back in town, charged with the vital task of providing the booze for leftovers night.
Hi, Annie.
Hi, Steve. Hi, John.
Got some leftovers for us, I think.
Yeah, I've got that.
These wily moonshiners have pledged to use scraps from the kitchen as a main ingredient for their brew.
There we go.
Oh, right, let's have a look. It could have been worse, I suppose.
Well, it's just carrots, John.
It's carrots, yeah. Well, I reckon we can do it.
I knew you
We
would.
need to go on a journey.
Do we? Where are we going?
To the wood up the road.
To turn these carrot peelings into a believable brew, these two are going to have to find a more promising ingredient to go with them.
Trees.
I can see that.
Yeah, but not any tree. These are spruce trees, and these are just what we want.
OK. Mind how you go, John.
It's just these young tips we need.
Maybe we should open it up.
Oh, that's horrible, but it should be great in a beer.
I think it's going to be awful.
Oh, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine.
Why are we using these?
Well, this is spruce, and it is a traditional additive to beer, and we use hops nowadays.
Yeah.
But once upon a time, spruce was used, and it still is in parts of the world.
Does that mean we're going to make Christmas ale?
No, no, I think we'd have drunk it by then.
OK.
This is all we need. We're just using this as a flavouring. I'll tell you what, it's going to be terribly healthy, because this has got a lot of vitamin C in it. I think Captain Cook used it on his voyages to stop scurvy.
Oh, right.
But if carrots have got vitamin A, this is going to be the healthiest beer that's ever been made.
Blimey.
Oh.
I want 60 bottles of beer, and if John and Steve don't deliver, then leftovers night might be a dismal teetotal affair.
Oh, it's our spruce.
Yeah. They do look
It's
great, don't they?
Yeah, it's an amazing smell.
Whoa, I didn't get that when we were picking them. Almost citrus.
Oranges in the DIY store, I think. OK,
these in here?
They can go in first, because they're going to need a little bit of cooking.
And how long do we leave that in there for?
I think 15 minutes will do it. That'll get the flavour out, anyway.
That's changing colour slightly, isn't it?
Isn't it?
The spruce sprigs are boiled to give up their goodness and highly aromatic flavour, and in goes a jar of molasses.
Oh, that's lovely. Oh, that's quite hypnotic, isn't it?
Actually, this is another leftover ingredient, because this is a byproduct of sugar making.
Is it really?
Yeah.
And as it's the sugar that turns to alcohol, another 6 kilos goes in.
Oh, bubble, bubble, toil and trouble. That's really going nicely.
That's nice.
Finally, chuck in as many carrot peelings as you dare and bring back to the boil.
Oh, that's heavy.
Yeah.
That's a lovely colour.
How does it taste? Oh, blimey, that's sweet.
It's very sweet. That's about all you can get.
Cool to blood temperature, add brewer's yeast and leave to ferment for 7 to 10 days. This should be a stout-like brew with a heavy hint of spruce, but will it leave us pining for more? So what's the most important food in the world? The greatest recipe ever invented? Surely it has to be bread. Its beauty, of course, is its simplicity. Or at least it used to be. What's been happening to it for the last 50 years or so is really pretty scary. Let's have a look at what's in this typical loaf of sliced white. Flour, water, yeast, sounds like bread, salt, just a pinch I hope, calcium propionate, hydrogenated vegetable oil, emulsifiers E481, E472A, E471, E920, whatever that is. Flavour enhancer, that's the saddest of the lot. Bread should taste of its own lovely, wholesome flour, and if you can't deliver that in a loaf, what's the point? Do we really need all this rubbish in our daily bread? Surely we can do better. You know what I think about growing veg,
But I reckon learning to make your own bread can also be life-changing. Local mum Sarah Bilson has agreed to be a guinea pig in our experiment to test the transformative power of the home-baked loaf. Right. Ready to go to work?
Yeah, let's do it. Don't know what I've let myself in for, but I'm very excited.
Sarah's a nursery supervisor with a 2-year-old of her own.
Before I had Daisy, cooking wasn't at the top of my list. A jar of sauce, bunged on some pasta, mix it up and that would do.
Lydia, can you come out now? You know, knowing her family, they do make odd comments about her lack of culinary skills.
Sarah wants Daisy to eat good, healthy bread, but she's never baked a loaf in her life.
I want to feed her good food, you know, healthy foods. And if I can give her the best from things that I've made, that's much better than buying things that aren't necessarily that good for her.
Dan is our resident baker, and he's risen to the challenge of showing Sarah what dough can do for her.
And you?
Sarah wants to learn to bake bread.
Great.
Whether she'll still feel like that at the end of a morning with you, Dan, I don't know.
Well, I hope so.
I'll be back in a few hours. It'd be nice if there was something for me to eat. Have a good time.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
A kilogram of flour is a really good batch size for bread at home.
Okay. Ooh, it's gone a bit over.
That's dried
Add
yeast.
10 grams of dried yeast.
How much was that?
Whoops.
A good pinch of salt and 650 ml of water. And that's all you need for a simple loaf.
Sarah, I'm giving you the dubious honour of being the only person, apart from me, to use my bread mixing bowl.
It's really dirty. Do you not clean it?
Sarah, there is a bit of every loaf I've ever made in there. It's precious. Don't break it.
Just bring the mix together.
It feels like Play-Doh. Oh, I'm getting a right old mess.
Push it all away.
And then knead. And this is the bit that's meant to be therapeutic.
Very fun. The kids would love it. And it's super sticky.
10 minutes steadily working the dough, and it should end up smooth, elastic, and ready for its first rise.
Exactly like that.
The yeast feeds on the flour, releasing gas as it does so. The gas is trapped in the dough and makes it rise. An hour or two should do it.
Oh, we're looking for it just about double in size, I think. What do you reckon?
It's certainly a lot bigger.
Looks great, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Then knock back the dough and shape it to rise a second time.
And the tighter ball we can shape now, the more evenly risen our dough is going to be, okay?
Okay.
Another hour or two, and you should have a well-risen loaf.
How are we going to get it out?
Very, very gently.
Okay.
You do it nice and slowly.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh.
Slashing the top allows the bread to expand in the oven without tearing.
Now, a good dousing of water.
Okay.
So that helps a really good crust.
It's baked in a preheated hot oven at 250 degrees.
Whip it away, a little bit like the dinner cloth party trick.
Yeah. Okay.
Brilliant.
40 minutes later, Sarah's first ever loaf is done.
Thank you.
Best smell in the world, Dad. And are you as excited about that smell as I am?
Yeah. That's mine.
What a beauty. Well risen. Nice and light. Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Fantastic.
What do you want to do with that?
Eat it.
All yours, Sarah.
It's delicious. Really nice.
Unbelievably good. So, job done. Not quite. Sarah's got to take her newfound knowledge home with her and see if she can make a daily loaf part of her daily life.
I have done a few experiments of making bread at home. The bread that I've made isn't actually edible. I did one loaf. It was slightly heavy. Made a good doorstop though. But then when I made another loaf, I put way too much salt in and actually made my dad sick.
But Sarah's no quitter, and today she's decided to bake bread for her whole class.
That doesn't look right, I know that. Too crumbly. I'm going to do good loaves, I am. If it takes me another 6 months, I don't care, I'm going to do it. Please do your thing. Oh, this is more mess than my bread. This is where it could all go completely wrong. You'll only really know how it's going to be when it comes out of the oven and you taste it.
Flour, water, yeast, a pinch of salt and a little practice. That's all you need to make great bread.
Okay guys, it's tidy up time! Wow. huge. They've exploded a bit, haven't they? But at least there'll be plenty to go around.
And now Sarah's loaf will be judged by some of the most discerning critics in the county.
Do you like Sarah's bread? Thank you. Is it nice?
It's really nice. I really like it. It's lovely and warm and doughy. It's just perfect.
I've got there's more.
It was very good. It was light and it was fluffy and it had a good crunchy top. It was delicious.
Keep buttering, Claire. Oh, it's my best loaf, for sure. Certainly better than the salt disaster that we had the other day. This one's edible. Hey!
It's the afternoon of leftovers night. And in the canteen kitchen, Tim and I are busy transforming the weekend's most succulent scraps into fodder fit for a king.
I quite like the concept. I like the idea, but I'm not quite sure we should be quite so honest about it. Because essentially you're saying, come and have some second-hand food. You know, you go to your mum's house for leftovers, don't you? You don't necessarily want to go out to dinner for them.
But never one to duck a challenge, Tim's hoping to transform Sunday's roasties into roast potato gnocchi.
I've never tried it before. We're hoping it's going to work. So, just mincing up my roast potatoes.
Gnocchi are usually made from fluffy, just boiled spuds. But I'm excited about the roasty approach because I reckon it'll add a whole new depth of flavour. Add some finely chopped sage and thyme and a little pasta flour.
I mean, the more flour you put in, the less likely they are to fall apart. But the more flour you put in, the more likely they are to taste the flour and not potato. And you really want your potato gnocchi to taste the potato, not a flour.
3 eggs go into the mix and a little grated hard goat's cheese. How are you getting on with your gnocchi, Tim?
Gnocchi bad, yeah, gnocchi bad. I think the flavour's going to be great. I'm a bit concerned about the oil and the fat inside the roast potatoes. That's going to mess with the
chemistry.
The molecular happenings inside my gnocchi and make them fall apart.
I think I'm going to leave Tim to fret about his molecular happenings and sort out a lovely ragu to go with his gnocchi.
This tomato sauce has been gently bubbling away for a couple of hours now. There's a load of garlic in there, herbs, sage, rosemary and thyme.
Into this luscious tomato sauce will go all the leftover roasts from Sunday. Pork, beef, I've even got a few sausages. And it all gets minced.
If there's anything left over from leftovers night, Tim, are you going to have leftovers night?
No.
You've already decided that, have you?
Well, if I do, I certainly won't be advertising it.
The last of the minced meats goes into my ragu to accompany Tim's dainty roasty gnocchi. But there's still one vital thing missing.
The great unknown of the evening, Tim, is this beer that John and Steve have brewed.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's either going to be the revelation of the century or it's going to be sheer filth.
So what happens if it's really awful, then?
If it's rank, I'm not even going to offer it up.
The droopy brewers are cutting it pretty fine, but at least they're here with tonight's beer made from carrots and Christmas trees.
Oh, it's got a pop on it.
That's good.
My God, is it meant to be that colour?
Looks like someone's drunk it already. Cheeky.
You know, it's better than I thought it was going to be. It has got a sort of conifery thing going on, which some people might like more than others. You know, I think it's genuinely interesting.
I don't think there's anything here to be ashamed of. I think we can offer this with pride.
We are giving it away.
We can offer it with enthusiasm.
It's showtime, and John's beer soon gets tongues wagging.
I thought the beer was, very lively, very fruity. I'm not sure how strong it was.
I think if I had too much of it, I might not. I might really enjoy the evening, but not remember why I enjoyed the evening.
It is quite grassy, but it is quite like a fermented compost.
Back in the kitchen, I have one last leftover treat to prepare, using cold lamb.
Bizarre as it may sound, this dish is really a sort of deconstructed, summery salad version of a Scotch broth. I've got here pearled spelt, which is just like pearled barley. I've got the lovely shredded leftover cold shoulder of lamb and some blanched spring greens. And they're all going to be tossed up together with a wonderful dressing.
Hot or cold, full-flavoured lamb bleats for its favourite fresh summer herb.
I'm going to dress my cold, shredded lamb shoulder with tons of this lovely fresh mint that really give it a lift and make it sing of the summer.
Mustard, apple balsamic, sugar, garlic, olive and rapeseed oil make the sweet and tangy dressing.
Wow, that's a hell of a dressing. It's sweet, sharp, mustardy. It's got plenty of garlic, but that's good because the lamb is quite rich and oily, and that's really going to cut it nicely.
And now the meat, pulses, herbs and dressing can all get to know each other a little better.
Just to take the Scotch broth idea to its logical conclusion, I've got the last of the spring greens, lightly blanched, refreshed in cold water, completely juicy, succulent and sweet. And along with the mint, these greens really give it some life.
Service, please. OK, we've got starters ready to go to table 1.
And now the leftovers are leaving the kitchen, ideally for the last time.
Dig in. Yeah.
First out, the grey mullet and lentil salad.
Wow.
Yum. You need to start working 7 lamb in total, please. Servant, please. Next up, I need 4 gnocchi, please.
3 lamb, 3 gnocchi. Service, please.
Service, please. 2 gnocchi, 2 lamb.
My lamb salad's going down well, and Tim's dish is literally coming up a treat.
Next up, 4 gnocchi.
When gnocchi are done, they pop up to the top of the pan.
I think it's amazing, yes. This is leftovers. This is very, very good.
2 lamb.
The lamb was just superbly cooked. I think the cabbage in it as well. It was just great. It was really lovely.
The roast potato gnocchi. Would never have dreamt of something like that.
2 eggy bready, 2 lemon drizzle, table 12, please.
And finally, our competing but equally delicious puds.
I think it's proven the point that you can have a very nice, very tasty, nutritious meal from leftovers.
I should be a little more adventurous, I think, with my leftovers in the future. Put them into a meal. It's a really fantastic idea.
I thought that went well.
I think it went splendidly well.
So, in fact, no one's a bigger convert to leftovers than you, Tim. So, will you be happy, Tim, if I put a big notice on the front door saying, Chef Tim Maddams serves excellent leftovers here?
Yes, absolutely.
How long before you'll rip it down?
Not long.
Just a couple of minutes.
Next time at River Cottage, Gil and I rustle up some treats made from gardener's enemy number 1.
This is slug satay.
Oh, man.
You can actually see the slugs.
John treats me to the freshest Chinese in the country.
This is better than anything you get at a takeaway.
Fellow chef Mark Hicks and I have the ultimate fish-off.
Is this about time or quality? Both, Mark, both.
And go to great lengths to prove that chefs aren't at all competitive. We've officially declared summer here at River Cottage. The veg garden has moved from a trot to a brisk canter, and like veg growers all over the country, I'm really enjoying the ride. And summer's bounty goes well beyond the garden, to the sea. I'll be making very tasty dishes from our cheapest and cheeriest fishes.
This looks unbelievable.
And rustling up a free food takeaway.
That's a real surprise. I had no idea.
As we get in tune with the joys of June.
1, 2, 3, and go!
Oh, surely that's victory. I'm not eating that.
No!
Oh, yes. By mid-June, the River Cottage veg garden is really coming good. My pea crop is reaching for the sky, The broad beans are coming thick and fast, and I've got lettuces galore. But the new season's bumper harvest brings with it some undesirable guests. A few weeks ago, the gardener's most feared foe was targeting our tender young seedlings with ruthless efficiency. It was time to declare war on the slug. This chap is public enemy number one, and I'm afraid your lettuce munching days end here. Oh. The River Cottage garden team has booby-trapped the lettuces with the one thing these vegetarian leeches like more than fresh leaves: cheap lager. Hi there.
Thank you.
How are these little salads?
All right, but each of them seem to have had a little meal taken out.
Oh, I suppose when you look closely, there's always a nibble, isn't there?
Yeah.
And they are fiends, aren't they?
Yeah.
But how are the traps doing? Oh my goodness, well that's working, isn't it?
It is.
This cover is key, isn't it? I mean, I used to put beer traps out just like that and caught very little in them.
Yep.
But as soon as you get a cover on them,
Yep.
it sort of quadrupled the amount
Does.
I was catching.
That's where they like to be, moist and undercover.
I've got a theory about beer traps for slugs, and that's that they only actually catch the slugs that like drinking beer. The slug problem never seems to go away. You can only hope to keep their numbers under control. And one of the most effective non-chemical strategies is the night patrol. Right, slugs, we're ready for you. After dark, the slugs come out to party on your veg, especially when it's wet. A cubic metre of garden can contain up to 50 slugs, and each slug has almost 20,000 tiny teeth. Oh my God. Did it bite?
Yeah. Oh, they just feel horrible.
Oh, there's one.
Look at that. That's a two-hander.
Surprised you've got any lettuce left.
We usually feed our slugs to the chickens, but I'm wondering if they could be put to better use. They are quite fascinating if you spend time with them, aren't they? Look at that. Look at the meat on that. That's a 2-bite slug.
No.
There's surely not that much culinary difference between the ugly slug and the tasty snail, a favourite with my chef Gil.
They're actually quite beautiful. You can see the exact shape where they've sat in the shell.
He puts his beloved snails in risottos and even summer salads. So I'm hoping he'll join me in a bold attempt to transform slimy slugs into dainty delicacies.
Good. Look, this is what we're working with. They're in good nick. They've been purged for a week.
Right.
And they've had a night in the freezer, which I thought was a good humane dispatch method.
Disgusting.
So you're not optimistic about our chance of coming up with something?
I've never thought of cooking them. Never.
Never say never, I say. It must be worth at least exploring their culinary potential. First, a bath of vinegar and hot water to remove that slime.
It's definitely drawing the slime. Look at that.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Look, what is...
That's the major problem. Looks like it's just come out someone's nose.
Look at that.
OK, so there's no denying that they're labour-intensive to prepare.
So are you enjoying that job?
It's not that nice. I mean, this goo is really not nice.
After tenderising in a simple stock, they're simmered in a rich tomato sauce. Will it be the new bolognese?
Too much slug.
Loads of slug.
Not enough sauce.
No. Actually, it's quite bitter.
I reckon the bitterness is coming from the guts. So let's take them out.
Not much left of it, is there?
And that could now be stuffed. Or is life just too short to stuff a slug?
It is.
Gil's bringing out the heavy artillery. Chilli, garlic, peanut butter, soy and a good squeeze of fresh lime for the perfect satay sauce. Incidentally, if you're running short of slugs, then grilled skewers of pork or chicken will make an adequate substitute. But I'm going to fritter these critters. I'm beating an egg with a little thyme and garlic, chopped chives, a dash of curry powder, just enough flour and breadcrumbs to bind, and finally a dozen chopped River Cottage organic free-range slugs. The fritters are fried until golden brown and the slug skewers heated through in a little of the satay sauce. And now to unleash gastropod gastronomy on an expectant audience. A seasonal treat for the garden team who've been battling these beasts all spring.
How about, just to whet the appetite, a little slug fritter?
The more I'm thinking about it, it's getting worse.
I think if you're prepared to kill an animal, you should be ready to eat it.
Oh, I can see slug.
All in one. I like it. Emma, last one. Got your name on it.
I would love to, but I'm vegetarian.
This one's a step further from Hugh's dish. This is slug satay.
Oh, man.
Will, you'll have a satay.
Just take
You can
one
actually
little...
see the slugs.
Not quite as fussy as these, Veal.
No.
It's actually really nice.
That's more like it. There's a man who likes his slugs.
Yeah. You have got slug between your teeth.
I can heartily recommend both those recipes. They're absolutely delicious. But I would suggest one small adjustment. Leave out the slugs. Last spring, Oscar and I embarked on a whole new livestock project. Goats. He was after new playmates. I had my eyes on the edible prize.
Come on, this is your homie.
Oscar got immediate returns.
Oh, that's painful.
But I've had to play a longer game. Now, almost a year later, we have a pregnant goat and soon we'll be able to start milking her.
Hello. I know, you're very friendly. You can't eat that. You can't eat me. She's had this very, very full udder for over a week now. But nothing. What's going on?
Goats can hold on to their kids for up to a month after their due date, but I'm getting a little concerned, so I've called in the vet.
What they do very close to killing is they talk to the kid, as they call it.
Oh, really?
They turn their head round and bleat. Has been talking to her belly, basically.
Do you know what? I can't say that she has.
To find out exactly what's going on, the vet's doing an ultrasound scan.
Something there. Seeing a little ghostly figure.
No, we should be seeing it here. I expect to see a little goat in here at this stage, which is what I'm not seeing. She's having a false pregnancy.
Is that common with goats?
It is not uncommon in goats
Really?
for them to think they're pregnant when they're not.
Oh,
To go through all the motions.
No one knows exactly why goats are so prone to phantom pregnancies, but they're much more common than with sheep or cows.
She is full of milk.
That's real milk.
I mean, can I start milking her?
You can start milking her.
Really?
As a maiden goat.
Well, I'm quite keen.
I can imagine.
She's got plenty of milk, but whether she'll be happy for us to take it remains to be seen.
So how much milk do you think we're going to get off her?
3 pints.
OK, you've got her?
Yep.
Right, you'll close that. Oh! No!
No!
There you go. Good girl. Nearly got off to a disastrous start there, Oscar. Who's going to go for the first bit of milking, you or me?
Can I do it?
Whose goat is it?
Mine.
Well, then you're milking. Well, Oscar, 2.5 pints, not quite 3, but I think it's a pretty good haul, though.
Yeah. That's really nice. It tastes like the smell of the goat.
I think it tastes a little bit better than that.
With our first bowl of fresh goat's milk, we're creating a delicious, simple cheese. And you can make it with bought milk too.
Os, this is going to be about the simplest cheese we can make. Just curdling the milk with some vegetarian rennet. How warm do we have to get it?
Blood temperature, I think it is. I can barely feel it, actually.
Well, the fact that you can barely feel it suggests
Means
that...
it's blood temperature.
Yeah, exactly.
Add the rennet, 15 drops per litre, and after just 10 minutes, the milk should have curdled nicely.
There, that's happening.
That's curd.
The curd is then cut into cubes and spooned onto a double thickness of muslin to drain out all the whey.
Doesn't that look beautiful? They look like
does.
really wibbly-wobbly marshmallows.
Yeah. Can we taste some of the curd?
Yeah, of course you can.
Mmm. That's really nice.
Do you like that?
Mm.
It's really good, isn't it? It's really creamy. I think you'll get away with it. Get away with it. Do you get it?
Yes.
Aren't Dad's jokes just the worst?
They get worse as they go along.
After hanging in a cool place for 48 hours, this simple curd cheese will be ready. Perfect to crumble over salads, bake in a tart, or whip into a pud.
I guess it's pretty obvious that I believe growing your own food is good for the soul as well as the body. And our land share project is already helping thousands of people to experience that by putting growers with no land in touch with landowners who've got spare land.
The Young Offenders Institute on the tiny island of Portland, Dorset, also recognises the life-changing potential of learning to grow your own food. Over 600 prisoners, all between the ages of 18 and 21, spend up to 15 hours in every 24 under lock and key. But most of them now have the opportunity to improve their prospects on the outside by learning new skills. And recently, the prison started a horticultural course.
We started here early February. When we first got here, it was all basically just a patch of grass. I mean, look around, it looks nice, you know what I'm saying? When you come out your cell and you come here, it's relaxing, you know what I'm saying?
The project is run by Wendy Grayston and offers an accredited qualification at the end of it.
I'm so proud of them. They've embraced the whole ethos of growing food that they can eat, and they've worked very hard.
It wouldn't be something I'd do if I was out growing things, seeing how they grow. But now I've had the chance to do it, I would like to do it when I get out.
Prison Governor Steve Holland is convinced that initiatives like this have a genuine impact on life after prison.
All of the evidence is that you can make prison as tough as you want. It doesn't impact on rates of reoffending. I've been a police officer for many years before I became a prison governor, and I'm only interested in what works.
Just always into crime, really. I'd like to get out of it now, and doing this, I think it'll help me.
The governor's invited me up here to see how growing veg helps these prisoners find new direction in their lives.
Okay, have you got anything in your pockets at all?
Keys.
Do you want to put everything on this side?
Some peas. I was sowing peas in the garden. Hello there. You must be Wendy.
I am indeed. You must be Hugh.
Hi, guys.
Right,
all right. Hi, Ron.
Darryl.
Hi, Darryl. How's it going? Ah, you got some fennel there.
Yeah.
You cook at all?
I don't cook, no. No, I can't cook.
It's a good thing to aim for, isn't it?
Yes.
I want to show the guys how to make a delicious and easy dish from a few favourite ingredients: eggs, bacon, mushrooms, cheese and spinach.
So I'll just show you one, and then you can all have a go. Just grab a little bit of butter on your fingers, just rub it around the bottom. And in mine, I think I'm going to put a little bit of spinach in the bottom, and a few mushrooms. A little bit of cream goes in. Little sprinkling of cheese in there. Open the egg. That's probably the hardest thing in this whole recipe. Just cracking the egg and getting it with an unbroken yolk nicely into the middle of the pot. That goes into a fairly hot oven, about 190 degrees, for 15 minutes. Right, so you're all ready to have a go? Yeah. Fix it how you like it. Okay. My God, you've put about 4 rashers in there. There's not much room left for the egg. Oh, perfect. What's the food like here?
You know, chips, you get a lot of chips, you know what I'm saying? And
with the size of that polytunnel, you could grow a lot of salad. Enough to make a real contribution to the meals here.
But the first round of baked eggs are not for the boys. They're for the governor and his staff. If the boys show their commitment in the garden and the kitchen, the governor's happy to let them take their growing project to the next level. So if the eggs go down well, it won't hurt a bit.
This is delicious.
Very nice.
To think about what we can do by way of reward.
Absolutely.
Early release.
A reduced sentence might be a little optimistic, but the governor has agreed to let some livestock into the prison.
The guys, I believe, are quite keen to have some free-range chickens. What do you think?
Sooner the better.
You feel you're ready to look after the chickens?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Excellent.
If the boys can look after the chickens well for a trial period, they'll be allowed to stay. And our first challenge is to provide them with a good home.
This looks ideal for chickens, but what was fenced in here before?
Prison dogs.
Really? What I've got in here is a flat pack, assemble-it-yourself chicken house.
Everybody's so excited that we get stuck in straight away.
That's not the roosting rail, this is the roosting rail. That should have gone in first.
So what's this bit here?
I don't know, it must be a little window.
This probably take about 6 months away we're going.
Eventually we give in and actually read the instructions.
Everyone calm down. Everyone put all the stuff down except for these 2 side panels.
You trust the instructions, we'll trust you. That feels good. I think that's a very smart chicken house.
Very smart, yeah.
Well done.
And now there's only one thing missing.
Oh, chicken.
You've got the weight and it's not going to struggle. Don't squeeze, no need to squeeze too tight.
Oh, bless.
That's the first breast you've touched for a while.
It seems to me that no matter who you are or where you are, growing your own food has the potential to change your life.
You've got to make friends with these birds, Abdi.
It's the first time I've held a chicken. It's the first time I've held any sort of bird. I'll be able to look after them just fine. I might have found my calling in life.
Yeah.
Thanks, Paul. Thank you. Cheers.
My foraging Svengali, John Wright, has invited me over for a Chinese takeaway. At 9 in the morning.
Oh, hi, here. Here I am, as requested. It doesn't seem like takeaway time to me.
No, there's a little bit more to it than that.
When John takes me foraging, I've learnt to expect the unexpected. But apart from that, I don't know what to expect.
I have to say, John, this is not the most charming spot you've ever taken me looking for wild food. Tell me, should I generally be looking to the wasteland on my left or the grubby little ditch on my right?
What do you mean grubby little ditch? It's a lovely ditch.
These are bulrushes, aren't they?
No, this isn't bulrush, actually. It's often called bulrush, but since it's reed mace, you can't eat the top. What you can eat is what's at the bottom.
Really?
Last year's old stems are tough and woody. What we're after is the new, younger shoots.
It's quite squelchy, John.
Yeah, if it hasn't got over the top of the wellies. There's a nice one down here. What's the beauty? Get it right. Ah. Oh, the water's got over the top of the wellies. Ah. Here we go. Well, that's a magnificent specimen.
John, I'm not eating that.
So,
are you going to taste this raw?
you bet I am.
Are you really?
Yeah, let's have a go.
Can't believe it. Is it good?
That's brilliant.
Is it?
It's a fantastic texture.
Oh, you see, you've got me all curious now. I'm just trying to get the Weymouth sewage off it, John, and then I don't mind having a go.
We're being a bit precious about this,
The
Hugh.
cross-section is stunning. Look at that.
It's superb, isn't it?
That does start to look quite appealing. Wow. Crunchy and refreshing and juicy. Kind of like bamboo shoots.
Our very own bamboo shoots.
Perfect for a Chinese takeaway stir-fry.
Couldn't be better, could it?
That's a real surprise. I had no idea. Oh, yes.
Oh, that's a beauty, isn't it?
No stir-fry would be complete without mushrooms.
There's one at the top, another one just below it.
You might buy dried mushrooms in a packet, but this is a dried mushroom on a tree.
Wood ear mushrooms can be found all year round on dead elder trees. Desiccated in dry weather, thick and fleshy when wet.
It's the first mushroom I've ever picked that's made that noise.
For an extra kick, we're harvesting wild crow garlic.
Oh, look at that.
Got him.
There's still one major ingredient John set his sights on. In fact, a whole family of ingredients. Seaweed is one of the most underexplored wild harvests there is.
Here's a nice weedy rock. Lots going on here.
I think you've got practically every edible seaweed that you can get here.
So what have you got there?
Look at that. You can see why it's called Palmaria palmata, because it looks like little hands, like little fingers.
Ah, okay, as in palm of your hand.
Yeah, palm of your
Okay.
hand. Yeah, there's one that's just like a hand, that one there. Well, that's one you can actually, you can eat it raw.
Good, because I just did. To me, that's got quite a meaty flavour. Like a sort of thin slither of dried beef.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And what about this lovely green stuff? Is this our sea lettuce?
Oh, that's sea lettuce, and that's great.
In thin strips, that might go in a stir fry?
I think it would. It would stir fry up quite nicely.
By cutting the seaweed a third of the way up, the plant can grow back again. This is pepper dulse, and it lives up to its name.
It's got a real peppery kick, and a sort of really savoury flavour. What about all this green stuff on the rocks and in the rock pools, John?
Oh, that's one of the best.
Is it really?
Yeah. This is gutweed, which is perhaps not the most encouraging of names.
Certainly not. It's sort of like seaweed spaghetti, isn't it?
What you really need to do is to cook it, because this makes the best crispy seaweed.
Well, we've got some exciting ingredients, but will they make top chop suey or just taste Hong Kong phooey? First, for our crispy seaweed starter. Dry the gutweed thoroughly by whatever means possible.
Look at this. Problem solved.
What problem?
This could be quite violent. Let's get it out.
That looks perfect, doesn't it?
It's a very interesting and deep flavour, really savoury.
It's just melting in the mouth.
That is the real thing, and it's delicious.
If you've ever ordered crispy seaweed in a Chinese restaurant, the chances are you've actually been served something a little less exotic. Deep-fried cabbage.
Well, you can sort of taste the similarity, but I'd know straight away it wasn't seaweed.
That's right. The real thing is really striking and unusual.
Yeah, but this is fried cabbage, isn't it?
Now for our main course stir-fry, a feast of foraged fronds from land and sea.
You know, this pepper dulse is almost as pungent as the garlic. I think it could really dominate, so I don't want to put too much in.
After a half-hour soak, the wood ears are now thick, fleshy and disturbingly ear-like.
Well, they haven't got a strong flavour, but what they have got is a sort of bite to them.
We're gently frying our seaweed selection with the wild crow garlic.
Wow, great smells.
Oh, goodness, yes.
After about 10 minutes, the sliced wood ears go in.
Oh, nice.
The only shop-bought ingredient is the noodles. The reed mace goes in at the end, so it keeps its crunch.
It looks very special, doesn't it? Beautiful colours, beautiful textures, and that's what gets the appetite going as much as anything, that sense of anticipation. Oh, and of course, mustn't forget my pepper dulse. There you go, John. I think that's ready for sampling.
Frankly, I was a bit worried about this. No more. It's superb.
And beautiful crunchy texture from the reed mace. This is better than anything you get at a takeaway.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
There's so many unusual flavours. Because they're flavours that you will never taste unless you go and find them.
You really got to do it yourself.
It's the only way. Beautiful. Coco, what are you doing up there? You're going to stay up there and nibble buds, or you're going to come down and have some proper breakfast. It's your choice.
It's been a week since Jersey's phantom pregnancy, and we've now come to a mutual arrangement.
Yes. Good girl. I just wish I was better at the milking bit, because I think she's going to finish her breakfast before I get mine.
She may have missed out on a kid this time round, but she does seem genuinely happy to be giving up her milk. And I'm absolutely delighted. Our first cheese from Jersey's milk has been hanging for 2 days, and now it's ready for eating or cooking.
All that whey's drained out and we're left with a really nice concentrated curd. Now for a little taste. Wow. It's got no salt and it's got no cheese culture in it, just the rennet to separate the curds from the whey. So this is a really sweet, mild cheese, very like a ricotta. And it's the perfect cheese for baking a cheesecake.
Step 1 is to gently break up the cheese using a whisk. Into 600 grams of homemade cheese and 150 grams of sugar, I'm beating 100 grams of melted butter.
This cheesecake needs a little starch to bring it together, and you could use flour, but I'm going to use semolina, which gives it a slightly more interesting and lighter texture.
About 50 grams should be enough. Add a tiny pinch of salt and the zest of an orange to give the cheesecake a citrus twist. Mix it all together and then whisk in 2 beaten eggs.
And what I love about this cheesecake is there's no biscuit base. It's cheesecake, pure and simple.
Bake in a preheated moderate oven for about 25 minutes until just set. To find a companion for the cheesecake, I'm heading to the garden. The tartness of the first fat summer gooseberries should balance the rich sweetness of the cheesecake. For a simple gooseberry compote, top and tail 200 grams of gooseberries, 125 grams of sugar and a little water. Then simmer for just a few minutes until the fruit is tender and the juices syrupy.
Now, if that actually tastes half as good as it looks, I'm in for a serious treat. Oh, yes. How are you feeling, Sarah?
Excited.
I think sliced white is pretty crummy, whereas a homemade loaf is wholesome and yummy. Last time, our baker's apprentice Sarah proved you don't have to be an experienced cook to bake beautiful bread.
Oh, look at that.
It's delicious.
Now Dan the baker is paying her a surprise visit to see if homemade bread has become the staff of her life.
Hello, Sarah.
Hiya, Dan. What are you doing here?
I thought I might come and have a look in your bread bin.
Fine, I
Sure.
suppose.
What's that? Did you make it yourself?
Of course. I have been baking. Yeah, I honestly have.
But it was so good you ate it all up.
Yeah.
And you had to get that to replace it.
To rekindle Sarah's baking enthusiasm, Dan wants to get her hooked on the king of breads, sourdough. But first, she's going to have to brew her own sourdough starter.
This is a wild yeast culture. It's basically fermenting flour and water, okay? It's as simple as that. And I'd like you to make one of these.
Okay.
Yeah? It's a really satisfying way of baking because it's a naturally fermenting thing that you keep alive as well. It's something you have to look after, okay? Do you think you're up for that?
Yeah, I'll give it a go. I can do that. I can. You can.
You keep an eye on Mummy for me, okay? Make sure she does it properly.
Dan will be back in a week to see if Sarah's managed to grow her first yeast using just water and flour.
So not only do I have this little pixie to look after, got a live thing in the kitchen to look after as well.
Bakers fall in love with their sourdough starter and it can live with them for decades. Our River Cottage starter is already 13 years old.
Night-night sourdough.
Keep adding equal quantities of flour and water daily and empty a little from time to time. After a week, you should see clear signs of fermentation and you can start baking.
Every time you feed it, it smells different, I think. It smells like bread today, whereas before it smelled like sort of rotten apples.
The week's up and Dan's back to see if Sarah's yeast trap has worked.
This is it?
Yeah, this is it.
Well, it's going brilliantly. I'm going to have a little smell of it.
Yeah.
That smells a bit like olives.
It smells nice now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. I thought that.
Really interesting. You find it easy enough to remember to do that every day?
Well, yeah, I don't forget to feed my child, so I wouldn't forget to feed the
Good.
sourdough.
Great, so you're thinking of it a bit like a pet. You'll even remember its birthday, I hope.
Sarah's so smitten with her yeast that the night before she started work on her first sourdough loaf. She's following a technique known as the overnight sponge method.
Nearly there.
She's adding 250 grams of flour to 350 ml of warm water and a ladle full of the starter.
I haven't got a ladle, so I imagine half a cupful is probably about right.
This sticky concoction is the so-called sponge.
Now we just leave it. Leave it in a warm room overnight and that's it.
So it looks fabulous. From your own wild yeast starter?
Yeah.
It's so frothy. I mean, it's fantastic.
I'm such a pro at this now.
Aren't you just?
The next day, another 300 grams of flour is added to the sponge, along with 10 grams of salt.
Yep, straight in.
Oh, that feels great.
From this point, the sourdough is made pretty much the same as any other loaf. Knead the dough, turn it into a tight ball, and leave to rise.
It couldn't look better. It really couldn't. Should we bake it?
Yeah.
Just 40 minutes in a very hot oven.
Let's have a good smell of that.
Oh, wow.
Can you recognise the smell of your starter in there?
I can, yeah, I really can. Oh, it's lovely. It's really fluffy.
Quite springy as well.
Mmm. Mmm.
Got a really deep, sour flavour.
Mmm. I never thought I'd be able to make bread.
It's not that hard after all, is it?
Not really.
I think you should be so happy with it.
I am. I really am.
You definitely need to invest a little time in your sourdough. But if you do, you'll get so much more than just your daily loaf. Leftover dough lasts at least a week in the fridge and can be used for all sorts of things.
What are you going to make? Pizza! Good one.
That's some olive oil with chopped rosemary and grated garlic.
Making these bready treats is really just child's play. From easy, cheesy pizzas to sesame-covered breadsticks. And a classic Middle Eastern flatbread.
It's my favourite thing to do with leftover dough. Any dips you've got in the fridge, even just some yoghurt and herbs, it's a lovely thing, you know.
Mmm. Really nice.
Huh?
Ooh, perfect.
It's great, isn't it?
That's your pizza that you made.
But the big question is, Sarah, will you do it again?
I will. I definitely will.
Really?
Yeah, I really will. It was really fun and a lot easier than I thought it would be. Loved it. And even Daisy ate loads of it, so I was really, really chuffed.
It's a beautiful day in the port of Lyme Regis, but there's tension in the air. I've been challenged to a fish-off by my arch-rival restaurateur, Mark Hicks. He's even recruited my old buddy, Paddy Rudd, for his team of fishy pirates.
You all ready for some fishing?
Yes, totally.
My team of fish fiends is Gil, Nick, and my hairdresser, Mandy.
All right, boys. How are you? Hey, Mark. Just to sort out a couple of basic rules. Obviously, it's about who catches the most, but with a twist. We've got 9 sustainable species we're targeting, with a cap on the mackerel, the pouting, and the dogfish. Good fishing. Good. But not as good as us, I hope.
The harbour master is MC for the day.
May the best team win. Good luck to you. Off you go.
And our eco-friendly fish-off is underway.
Well, that's good. We're already in the lead.
Once our rivalry's been settled on the high seas, we'll join forces to cook our catch on the beach for the Lyme Festival. Mark and I want to show just how easy on the taste buds and on the wallet more sustainable fish such as mackerel, bream, pollock, gurnard and pouting can be.
How about you, Mandy? What species are you hoping to catch today?
I'm hoping to catch a bream, actually.
Are you? Nice. Good ambition for the day.
Hicksy's scurvy crew reckon they know all the tricks. They're even bribing the seagulls to take them to the fish. But they're not just going to have to find them, they're going to have to catch more than us.
You must know all of these boys, huh?
Yeah, there's not much competition, to be honest. I don't run into too much pressure.
To start with, we're fishing on the drift, cutting the engine in the hope of picking up some big pollock.
Do you think I'm going to be the first?
Catch a fish?
Yeah.
Of course you will.
I took Mandy out mackerel fishing for the first time last year, and now she's hooked.
Because I am the expert fish catcher now, you know, Hugh.
You reckon?
I am.
Why do you think you're here? You're our secret weapon.
Yay! Woo!
Wow, but they're little ones. We don't really want to bank those little ones.
Even in the heat of competition, undersized fish are going back.
He's too small. He's too small. We'll do better than that. That's a better one. That's a better one, Mandy. Mandy! Get in after it! Look at that. We're surrounded by boats who are catching really impressive fish. What's going on?
I wonder how many fish the other team have got.
I'm trying not to think about that.
Paddy, might be time for a bit of lubrication.
Hello, Mark. Are you having a quiet time?
We've just cracked there with some Hicks oyster ale.
They're obviously doing so badly that they're getting drunk.
What's the score on your team?
Even as I speak to you, Mark, I'm getting a bite. I'd love to stay and chat, but I got something on the other line.
Are you? You said
bye.
You in?
But it's gone. In fact, we're more than halfway through and we haven't banked a single fish. Something just isn't right. In days of old, it was reckoned unlucky to have a woman on board. But surely that's just superstitious codswallop. There must be a rational explanation.
You know that business about how bringing bananas on a fishing boat brings bad luck?
Yeah, I haven't brought any bananas. How did they get there?
Who brought bananas on this boat?
It must be...
It's not good,
you
though.
lot. It's the camera crew. They've brought bananas on board and now we're not catching any fish.
That's not good, Hugh.
Where does it come from, this bananas being bad luck
Well, it's
thing?
a Southern Hemisphere thing. Down in Australia and New Zealand, you're not supposed to take bananas on a fishing boat. I think even any boat, because they will bring bad luck. What you can do to cancel out the luck is to take a coin,
right,
kiss it, and toss it into the sea.
And now we're dropping anchor on what we hope is going to be our lucky spot.
Now, those mackerel are definitely keepers. And no sooner had the bananas gone overboard than the fish started ripping into their baits. That's another couple of keepers.
But we're not the only ones hauling them in.
What's that, your first fish, isn't it? Ever?
Oi, Hugh! Whoa! Thank you very much! That's the biggest fish we've caught all day.
They may be cocky, but our catch is growing by the minute.
Nice pouting. Yay! That's definitely a keeper. 2 for 1.
Oh, it's a pollock!
Hey!
Hey!
Old doggo. It's got a nice dogfish there.
Never thought I'd be so happy to see a dogfish.
In the end, we've got a respectable haul of mackerel, pollock, dogfish and pouting. But is it enough to beat Hicksy's limeys? It's time to find out which team rules the waves.
OK, Mark. You ready for a clean weigh in? Surely that's victory. 9.65. Can we have 9.65?
Yeah. That's 9.65 kilos to Hugh's team.
Oh, they've got quite a lot of fish there. God, he's got quite a few dogfish.
Let's go hard enough.
Oh my God, it's close.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm going to declare that it's exactly the same as the last one at 9.65. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I call
That's
that
unbelievable.
Well done, guys.
Amazingly, after 4 hours fishing, it's too close to call.
Do you know what? Yeah. Do you remember that mackerel you threw us? Probably weighed about 50 grams, didn't it? I think that's just made all the difference. Well played, well fished.
It's time for a fine fishy feast. Hicksy's limeys joining forces with Hugh's hook and cooks to show what can be done with 20 kilos of sustainably line-caught fish. Together we'll be rustling up some fab fish dishes to prove to the growing crowd that this unfashionable catch is just as good as fancy halibut, monkfish or the endangered cod, and much cheaper.
Good.
Enjoy it. Cheers.
If you need a hand, give me a shout.
Yeah, I will.
I don't need Mark's help. I've got Mandy pitching in as my sous chef for the afternoon.
I'm making a big, beautiful, fresh fish soup. Lots of onion and fennel going in there first. This beautiful chorizo is really the secret ingredient. The lovely paprika and garlic is just going to come oozing out with that lovely porky fat.
I'm using heads, tails and bones for a fresh fish stock, the base for my soup.
The juices from that chorizo are starting to run into the fennel and the onions, and now I'm going to put the tomato in.
And into that, the finished fish stock.
Who said it looks disgusting? Have a taste. Now, that's the soupy stock.
That is delicious.
Is it? Good, OK.
I'm going to put our pouting in the soup. It's a member of the cod family, with tender, flaky white flesh.
The fish fillets go in last. They're just going to have 2 minutes in there just to cook through.
Finish with plenty of pepper and fresh fennel fronds.
Mandy, you're meant to be getting that fennel into my soup, not styling it with a new fashion haircut.
I'm making it look good, Hugh.
Ladies and gentlemen, pouting and chorizo soup is now being served. Yeah, go for it, man.
Absolutely gorgeous. Very tasty.
Hixie's taking his dogfish for a walk on the spicy side. This much maligned fish is firm and tasty, perfect for stews and curries. Mark's blending chilli, turmeric, cumin and fenugreek.
Can I eat with you tonight?
Of course, darling.
Looks delicious.
Along with tomato, fish stock, onions, lemon and saffron. After a 10-minute simmer, it's dished up with rice and an aromatic sprinkling of fresh coriander leaves.
So next course, guys, is a dogfish curry with rice.
Very delicious. Mark, that was delicious. Why don't you serve food like that in your restaurant?
Next, I'm hoping to please the crowd with an old favourite, beer-battered goujons of pollock.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
The batter's made by mixing a little oil into plain flour and adding just enough beer to get the consistency of thick gloss paint.
Oh, it always goes through this nasty bit where it looks lumpy and...
It soon sort of smooths out, doesn't it?
Hopefully. More pepper, please. Keep grinding away with the pepper. I need plenty of that. All right, now, this is where we get rid of the lumps.
Dip the bite-sized boneless goujons in the batter and carefully lower them into the sizzling oil. 3 minutes, and they're a crispy golden brown. Mandy's making me a gribiche sauce. Chopped hard-boiled eggs are spiked with lively gherkins, aromatic capers, cheeky chives, and plenty of parsley. It's all stirred up with a lemony homemade mayonnaise.
They look all right, don't they? Goujons of pollock with gribiche coming right up. There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Enjoy that. Really delicious. Just the sort of thing you want to eat on the beach.
Oh, that is really nice.
I have to hand it to Hixie, though, for his Near Eastern fillets of mackerel. Citrus juice, spring onions and spices make a hot and aromatic Turkish bath for the fish strips, and after a few minutes gentle wallowing, they're dished up on shredded crunchy mange-tout from Paddy's polytunnel.
This looks unbelievable. Can I have one?
Of course, yeah.
That's absolutely beautiful.
And it's a mackerel finale all round.
Mackerel fillets with bay leaf and garlic and a herb dressing.
You didn't get fish any fresher than this.
Cook them and cook them.
Hixie's final mac attack is a marinade of olive oil, cumin, chilli and coriander. A flash in the pan and the fish is on the dish.
You've been very generous to your guests tonight because they've all got veg to go with their fish. We've just done fish.
Yeah, excellent.
Our fish feast has won over the beach crowd and showed our sustainable species can be every bit as good as their posh cousins.
No more fish! Sorry! Well done. I've never eaten so much delicious fish in such a short space of time.
Next time, I settle some doubts about trout in a taste test of organic farmed fish versus nature's finest wild brownies.
I'm really in trouble here, aren't I?
Revive a classic British seaside tradition to bag a free meal.
Look at that. Beautiful fat shrimps.
And everything goes very berry as we celebrate Britain's favourite summer fruit at our strawberry fair.
Get off. On my mark, go!
If there was any lingering doubt about whether summer's actually arrived yet, then surely it's been banished by these little red gems. In search of the ultimate strawberry taste experience, I'm throwing the rulebook out of the window. Mushroom and strawberry? Surprisingly good. Hunting in the hedgerows and flower beds for a magic ingredient to put a zing into strawberry jam. If you could just change my life with strawberries today, Pam, that would be great. And raising a glass or three to the joy of the strawberry. Drink them quickly. Here at River Cottage, we're getting so excited that we've decided to make merry with the berry at our very own strawberry fair.
Welcome to Strawberry Day!
And we're all looking forward to a long and glorious summer of fun and frolics and fine food. I honestly think it's how a shrimp would want to go. It might just be my veg of the summer.
Fish, 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 fish. Get on.
Here at River Cottage, the strawberry hunting season is open, and I'm on the search for my first taste of the quintessential fruit of summer. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I mean, if that's not one of the joys of summer, I don't know what is. And I imagine that if I'd never seen a strawberry before, I'd be transfixed by that, but I'd know it really wanted to be eaten. That's delicious. Now, you might think a strawberry is just a strawberry, but there are dozens of different varieties, and like apples, they all have their different qualities. Strawberry picking is one of those childlike pleasures you never grow out of. And this year, we've planted loads of different types to enjoy at the upcoming strawberry fair, if I don't eat them all first. Here's one I'm growing for the first time this year, an Italian variety called Florence. Really full-flavoured, slightly aromatic. And this is an old-fashioned variety called Cambridge Favourite. But it's definitely one of the tastiest. If you haven't grown any strawberries this year, promise yourself you will next. The brilliant thing is you don't even need a garden to grow them in. Just a knack for left-field containers. Back in April, we were planting them here and there and pretty much everywhere. Hi there.
Hiya.
Look at you in your matching shirts. This is my contribution to the Strawberry Vessel Collective. One ancient bucket and one chamber pot. Used only occasionally. I think I can live without it, you know. We've got some modern facilities put in recently. To welcome a strawberry plant into its new home, give the roots a good soak before planting. How about that?
Perfect.
In the unlikely event that you don't have a spare chamber pot lying around, there are other more workaday options.
Isn't that perfect?
That's strawberries for everyone, isn't it?
It is.
Or at least strawberries for everyone who drinks fizzy drinks out of a 2-litre bottle. And let's face it, who doesn't?
Exactly.
You'll need to punch holes in your planters to provide some drainage to stop the roots rotting. But you can plant strawberries in practically anything. It kind of goes to show that there's no excuse for not growing strawberries.
Absolutely. What do you think?
It's a hanger, although the nice thing about it is it could stand on its own 2 feet.
Oh.
Put the planters somewhere where they get plenty of sunshine and remember to water regularly. One little problem with strawberries is that although ripe equals delicious, it also equals fragile. And really ripe strawberries aren't going to last more than about 24 hours, unless you do something rather cunning with them. Macerate them. For half a kilo of thickly sliced strawberries, add 2 or 3 tablespoons of caster sugar. I want to get some sharpness into that as well. I could use lemon juice, but vinegar is also good. And this is a very special vinegar, an aged cider vinegar. I'm just stirring very gently, just turning the strawberries over really. I don't want them to break up, but I do want them to get well coated. And there's something else I like, which gives them an extra dimension. Black pepper. Another 3 or 4 little stirs every 5 minutes or so until a nice light syrup has emerged from the strawberries, dissolve the sugar, and you're done. And laced in this syrup, they'll keep in the fridge for a good few days. Oh, wow. They haven't been macerating for 5 minutes, and they're already delicious. There are all sorts of ways you can enjoy them. I love them straight up like this, or with a dollop of yogurt, or on buttered bread. But one of my favourites as the centrepiece of a little strawberry brunch on top of some eggy bread. If you don't already know and love eggy bread, it's a great breakfast treat, somewhere in the comforting corner where pancake meets toast, and a perfect vehicle for summer berries and fruit compotes. And while the bread is getting eggy, I'm just going to whip up a quick strawberry smoothie to wash it all down with. Take a few handfuls of hulled strawberries, half a dozen ice cubes, a dash of sugar, and a few tablespoons of yogurt. If I whizzed it right now, it would be a smoothie. But if I put in a little shake of oats, it's going to be a thickie. Just a sprinkling, mind. It doesn't want to be too thicky. And there you have it. A very berry brunch. And not a bad way to start a summer's day. I'm in the pink. What could be finer than a summer's evening by the river with the prospect of a fish supper at the end of it? Tim's brought me to his favourite stretch of the River Otter. Are there a lot of fish in here?
Absolutely. There's a surprisingly big head of wild trout in the Otter.
Tim and I believe in catch and release. To kill and eat a wild fish is a once-a-year treat. Do you think they're the tastiest of the lot?
I would say I prefer the taste of wild trout to farm trout.
I think what you're saying here, in so many words, that you can pick, in a blind tasting, a wild fish from a farm fish any day.
Well, it sounds like I'm going to have to try, doesn't it?
Yeah. You didn't see that coming, did you?
No.
I want trout on the menu at the River Cottage Fair.
Look, there, again. That was a real gentle rise from a big fish. Yeah, bang, there.
Oh, yes. Wow. Obviously, we can't feed 500 with wild fish, but I want to catch just one to see how the best organic farm trout measures up to it. With that in mind, and the river teeming with trout, I set off to give Tim a lesson in the fine art of fly fishing. Straight in the old bank. I seem to be suffering from a slight rod malfunction, but surely moving upstream will improve my luck. Right, I'm out of the tree, and now I'm getting into that fish. That's enough nonsense. I'm so on that fish now, Tim.
Oh, man.
Right, in this fading light, I think a little change of tactics is called for. Let's put a much smaller fly on. Time to muster half a lifetime of fishing know-how for one last hopeful cast. I've had enough. Nothing
You don't
doing.
look like a man who's caught a fish.
No, neither do you.
No. I've had fish rise right next to my fly. I've missed a bite.
We've seen a lot of fish. Technically, we've both blanked. I think we should come back tomorrow morning and catch a fish.
First thing tomorrow it is then.
Let's do it. Day 2 of our quest for trout, and we've risen early with a renewed respect for our fiendish finned quarry.
I can't help thinking that last night we were slightly punished for our cockiness. We'd underestimated them.
Absolutely, absolutely.
They're very clever, these wild otter trout. It's possible the fish here are just slightly cleverer than we are.
I think that might be the fish everywhere.
This morning, I think humility and respect for the fish. I'm not expecting to catch anything.
It'd be lovely just to be by the river, Hugh. That's not true, is it?
No, let's go fishing. Fish or no fish, I really can't think of a lovelier place to be at 6 in the morning at the beginning of summer. Our attempt to outwit the wily trout is resumed. Tim's gone downstream to try one of his favourite pools. There seems to be very little happening on the surface of the water. Hardly seen a fish rise. So I'm changing to a wet fly that fishes underneath the surface. It's supposed to look like a little nymph or a larvae, called a pheasant tail nymph. But it's a great favourite of mine, because when I first learnt to fish, I used to say to myself, pheasant tail never fails. And it often caught me a fish. Ooh. Fish, 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 fish. Pheasant tail never fails. Whoa, it's a lively little critter. Ooh. And that is a beautiful wild brown trout. Let me give him a little knock on the head. Tim! Hee.
Oh, brilliant.
It's a lovely little wildie.
It's a wild otter brownie.
It also gives us an opportunity to test a rather rash claim you were making on the riverbank yesterday evening.
Does it now?
Yeah, that you could taste one of these out of any other farmed fish.
Yeah, definitely.
What a beauty. For this little tasting, no herbs, no garlic. I want these trout to taste of themselves. So just a little bit of oil and butter, salt and pepper, nothing more.
The quality of farm trout varies enormously. When choosing, look for fully formed tails and sharp fins like the ones on this organically farmed fish. They indicate the fish has had plenty of room to swim around in, and an organic label means they've been fed from a sustainable source.
And here are the two fish. You're allowed a quick peek.
Yeah. Time for the taste-off. Tim seems pretty confident he can pick the wild one, but let's see if either he or Gil are caught out.
OK, it's nice.
I like the second one best.
OK, I'm saying nothing. Which of the two did you like?
It's a very subtle difference, but I think I preferred the first one. Had the edge. Slightly moister.
Oh, no, no, I'm really in trouble here, aren't I?
Tim, you chose the second one, you chose the first, but I'd switched them around, and in fact, you both preferred the same fish.
Oh.
And you both chose the wild fish.
Yes. Well done, my son.
Nice.
Well, I'm pleased that I haven't lost too much face over it, but I have to say I was very sceptical about a farm fish coming anywhere near a wild fish, and actually that was pretty close in taste, so bloody good farm fish, I say.
I think it would be really great to do fish for the strawberry fair.
So you think that organic fish is up to scratch?
Absolutely.
Really nice.
Brilliant.
Very tasty.
OK, well, thank you very much for your professional palates.
Pleasure.
Job done. Well done.
Is it?
Is it?
Is it, though?
What about you? Can
I
you
think-
tell the difference?
Can you?
Come on, then.
Come and sit down.
There's no backing down, but I'm going to be pretty embarrassed if I can't recognise the fish I've actually caught and cooked myself.
You sure you two haven't just given me the same fish twice?
It's hard, isn't it?
Both very nice fish. I like the second one the best.
So did we.
So the true taste of a wild trout edges it for flavour. But the very best organically farmed fish comes close and is much more sustainable.
Very good. Good experiment.
Lovely.
Back in April, the spring sunshine was warming the polytunnel and nurturing the tender seedlings of one of the most productive veg plants I know. It's amazing to think that each of these tiny little plants will, before the end of the summer, produce kilos, if not tens of kilos of courgettes. Once summer's warm nights are with us, courgette plants start to shoot up. But under a scorching sun, they will get thirsty. But you have to be careful how you water, because if you get too much water on the leaves, the plant will get scorched. So I'm going straight for the base of the plant. And I reckon that thanks to this fantastic June sunshine, these guys will be offering up their generous bounty earlier than I've ever seen it before. Just as I hoped, by mid-June the first little courgettes are crying out to be picked. I can get so overexcited that I have to impose a little discipline on myself. So I've invented a rule of thumb, or rather a rule of finger. As long as the courgette's as big as my biggest finger, I'm allowed to pick it. They may only be small, but they won't be short of flavour. And for once the polytunnel is barely ahead of the garden, but there are a few finger-sized courgettes to add to my first harvest. Little bit tight, but I'm just too hungry to resist. Well, I wouldn't exactly call that rich pickings, but I reckon it's just enough to make a lovely little dish to mark the beginning of the new courgette season. I'm going to fry these tasty little chaps with some chopped garlic and then dish them up with some creamy yoghurt seasoned with a hint of mint. And to make this beautifully fresh and summery, the rest of my chopped mint goes straight on the courgettes, along with a little squeeze of lemon. That's it. It's the perfect way to make finger-long courgettes into a finger-licking snack. Well, I hope I'm going to be eating a lot of courgettes in the coming weeks. And if they're all as delicious as that, it might just be my veg of the summer. And now you can grow your own courgettes even if you don't have your own land. The Landshare website, which we set up last year, brings together people with a patch of land or garden to spare with those who want to grow their own food but have nowhere to do it. And with the growing season now bearing fruit, it's got off to a flying start.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Last month I went to Lancashire to visit the first Landshare match.
And the soil looks good.
15 families benefiting from 2 acres donated by farmers John and Val.
This really is a thank you to you for letting us use the land.
Hey. John and Val. Hey.
There obviously is the need, and I think it's an excellent idea.
I think you're blazing a trail. I really do. I think it's brilliant. Brilliant. Well done.
Thank you very much.
This looks beautiful. Since then, Landshare matches have blossomed the length and breadth of the country in back gardens, spare farm acres and urban wasteland.
The whole Landshare idea just appealed to us anyway, but to actually be able to participate in it is fantastic.
In Middlesbrough, growers Ruth and Billy got together with Nigel, who couldn't cope with his own overgrowing back garden.
It makes you feel good inside that you're helping somebody else achieve what they want to achieve.
Near Inverness, Tom's been welcomed onto land owned by Wendy and her husband Tim.
We weren't able to cope with it ourselves, so we wanted somebody to carry on the work that we've done for the last 30 years. This is a great idea.
And in Scarborough, the Taylor family have built up a partnership with 2 other families.
We've developed friendships now with our growers, and we have really great community events. I just wish I had more land to turn over to more people.
In one Dorset village, the Fox and Hounds pub has turned over its garden to green-fingered regulars who can now combine a pint with a hoedown.
That's it.
It's not just families and farms that are signing up to Landshare. Big business and the utilities are also offering up land, and British Waterways is one of them. And the National Trust have pledged to provide 1,000 growing plots. But there's no doubt that the number of people looking for good growing ground is outstripping the supply of new plots. There are now at least 2 would-be growers for every available plot of land. So the upshot is, we need more land. If you've got any to spare, we'd love to hear from you. At the strawberry fair, I know there'll be high expectations of the finest strawberry jam, and I have to say it's worrying me. Time for a consultation with Professor of Preserves, Pam Corbin. Pam strawberry jam, 09 vintage, beautiful texture. My problem is a rare one. Strawberry jam just isn't quite my cup of tea. I've got a thing about strawberry jam. It's just never quite as good as raspberry jam.
Well, I know, Hugh, you're a very difficult man to please, aren't you?
Is there a twist, a little extra something, perhaps a little more acidity from somewhere that could take it to those heights?
Can I see if I can change your life today, then, Hugh?
Yeah, please. If you could just change my life with strawberries today, Pam, that would be great.
OK. The best strawberry jam in the world we're looking for.
If possible, Pam, just that's all. Yeah. She's not called Pam the Jam for nothing. And straight away, she's on the case. She's got us chasing down an ingredient a little way along the lane. It's a gooseberry bush.
Yes.
In the hedge.
Yes. And look at the little darlings on there, aren't they beautiful? I think that something like this is going to give you your lovely acidity.
The best jam ever.
I hope so.
After picking 100 or so feral gooseberries, Pam brings me back to her cosy flower beds.
And this is it, Hugh. Just
now,
sort of
I don't know what that is, Pam. You've got me there.
A sweet-scented geranium.
It's a geranium.
Now you smell that.
And that's incredibly intense. That is a really exciting scent.
You happy?
Well, I'll be happy if it works in a jam. I mean, whatever that does, it's going to be dramatic. It's either going to make it taste like Chanel No. 5, or it's going to be really something quite sensational. We're going to make 2 strawberry jams, one with a gooseberry twist, the other a hint of geranium. But I'm still just a tiny bit worried that Pam's preserves might jangle my nerves. My first task is to bash the hulled strawberries to release their fruity juices. Tell me how bashed you like these.
That's plenty, just so that the outer skin's broken.
To the fragrant geranium jam, we're also adding a little lemon juice for sharpness. Meanwhile, we're heating the gooseberries in a little water to soften the skins.
Now, Hugh, we really just need to get some heat into these strawberries before I put the sugar in.
Right. For a kilo of fruit, add 900 grams of sugar and keep stirring until it's dissolved.
It's got some added pectin.
It's jam sugar.
Yes.
The added pectin will help the jam to set. Go for the full rolling boil and boil hard for 10 minutes.
All those bubbles are going down. Butter just helps reduce the amount of air bubbles. You know, people look at that and think it's scummy. It's not scummy. That's
it's a very negative word for delicious strawberry foam.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, you don't want it on the top of your jam jar.
No. You're making a mess over there, Hugh.
Little mistake there, Pam. I'm really sorry. I was feeling cocky and I thought I could pour straight in.
That's what men do, isn't it? They think that they can do all these things, Hugh.
Oh, I know. Aren't we rubbish?
Shall I pour the next lot?
Go on, then. Show me how a woman would do it.
There we are. There's some of those little goose-cocks. Oops. Oh, dear.
And that, of course, is how a woman does it, without any sense of the capacity of the vessels into which she's pouring.
Well, I don't know what to say to that, Hugh.
What's going on there, Pam? So, 2 new strawberry jams, each with a cunning twist. Will it be enough to shift a man who's stuck in his ways? I'm going to try the gooseberry first. And look, there is a little gooseberry. Look at that.
What do you think?
I think it's lovely. Those few gooseberries have made a big difference. They've given it some tang and a kind of depth. The straw and goose-gog concoction is a delight. But what of those heady, scented geranium leaves? Wow. The geranium is a whole other thing. It's made it taste winey, like an aromatic floral white wine.
Really, really lovely, isn't it?
There's no doubt that, to me, these are both more delicious than the straight strawberry jam. And what I'd really like to do is take both of these onto the strawberry fair, because I think with a decent scone and a lovely bit of clotted cream, they'd make the ultimate cream tea. Thank you, Pam. Thank you. Really delicious. Now, I like to pot, which is to say, putting things in little pots with some nice spiced butter that not only makes them taste delicious, but preserves them. You can pot all kinds of fish and all kinds of meat, but it's the cunningly flavoured butter that makes each pot special. And while half a pat of butter is gently melting, I'm grating garlic, chopping thyme, and zesting a lemon. The choice of spices and aromatics is up to you, but if you like the idea of potted fish that's a bit peppy, this is an easy recipe. But first we have to clarify the butter. And to clarify just what that means, I'm removing the milky solids, so what's left is the pure butterfat, perfect for preserving. Once you've clarified the butter, you can also heat it to a higher temperature without any risk of it burning. That's what I'm doing now, before my spices go in. The lemon zest and garlic get a minute of light sizzling and then come off the heat. And the rest of the spices go in: thyme, chili powder, and a pinch of mace. Even if you use salted butter for this recipe, a lot of the salt comes out with the milk solids, so I'm going to add a little bit back in. And finally, a twist of black pepper. Give it all a stir. We've got a lovely spiced butter here, and it's time to pot. And what I'm going to pot is some of this lovely organic trout. It's already been cooked and picked off the bone. First, I'm dressing the plain poached fish with the well-flavoured butter. The thing that always surprises me, and I must say slightly thrills me, is just how much stuff you can get into a pot when you're potting. All the fish in this bowl will go in. Now that is all the flesh, and hopefully none of the bones, from a 1 pound trout. I'm trickling over the rest of the spiced butter and helping it all around the jar. It needs to cover the fish completely, and it's topped with a pungent bay leaf. Now this will go in the fridge for the butter to set and also for those lovely flavours to mingle with the fish. It'll be delicious tomorrow, and if I leave it unopened in the pot, equally delicious in 2 weeks' time. And a little jar like this of leftover spiced butter is a very handy thing to have around the kitchen. Fantastic for taking on picnics, and particularly brilliant if you're heading for the beach. A good old-fashioned British seaside holiday is hard to beat. And even right in front of a busy promenade, there may lurk a free meal. Generally speaking, you can measure a man's appetite by the size of his net. And I'm feeling greedy for one of the great seaside treats. This is quite a specialised form of hunting, and you've definitely got to have the right weapon. But you also need to have the right kind of clothing. And in fact, there's a traditional attire for this kind of pursuit that goes back decades. And that's a tradition I feel I'd like to honour. I find that a sense of history equips one to do the job properly. And now I feel thoroughly prepared to enter the surf and hunt down my prey. My prey is the beloved brown shrimp, and if they're there, you don't have to venture far to find them. Wah-hey! Within minutes of entering the water, I'm in luck. This is astonishing. On my first scoop, I've hit the jackpot. Look at these guys. Big, fat, tasty brown shrimps. These are really good specimens. A 20-yard run, I think I've got 10 of them. Not quite enough for tea yet, so I'm wetting my bag, depositing my catch, and setting off to trawl for some more. You really want a classic shrimping net for this, with a wooden bar at the front that you push through the sand.
Another 4 or so?
The shrimps spring from their lairs and get scooped in the net behind.
Unbelievable! I think this is my record scoop. I think I've got 15.
I'm raking them in, but it's not entirely indiscriminate, as my conservation-grade net lets the little uns escape. Well, I've done 10 good trawls, and I haven't drawn a blank once. I don't want to be greedy. I think I've already got enough for a good feed. Shrimping certainly makes me hungry for shrimps, and I'm going to sort out my tea right here on the beach. Dropping these little shrimps straight into a pan of rapidly boiling water is the humane way to kill them. It's instant. 2 minutes back on the boil and the shrimps are ready. Any more and they'll shrink and shrivel. And that's it, they're done. Look at that. These are the most fantastic specimens. Beautiful fat shrimps. Just going to give them a little peel. Oh. So sweet. But I think it might be even more delicious if it's tossed in a little bit of my spiced butter. And while that slowly melts in the pan, I'm going to peel the rest of my catch, partially at least. The thing about these shrimps is that the shells are actually quite tender. So if you just take the head and the tail off, you can leave the rest of the shell on. This gives a little bit of crunch. Topped and tailed, they're ready for the pan. These, with half the shell still on, swimming in the melted spice butter, are perfect for eating as a beachside snack. They may only be little shrimps, but I think these are the most delicious crustaceans there are. And as for this gorgeous spiced butter, well, I honestly think it's how a shrimp would want to go. Just a few weeks ago, our master baker Dan set out to inspire local mum Sarah Bilson to bake her own bread.
It's delicious. Really nice.
Sarah's no longer a slave to sliced white, and with Dan's help, she's made baking a big part of her life.
What are you going to make? Pizza. Good one.
But there's more to being a baker than making bread, and now Sarah's on a final mission to earn her baker's stripes.
We're going to make some scones. Now, the real test is going to be whether your scones rise as well as my scones.
Okay.
And I think that if they do, you're a fully fledged baker.
Okay.
The first thing I'm going to do is mix together all of the dry ingredients.
For that, Dan brings together 300 grams of flour, 2 heaped teaspoons of baking powder and a generous pinch of salt. Sieving removes lumps and gets a little air into the mix. Next, he adds 75 grams of cold unsalted butter.
The idea is to just rub it into smaller and smaller pieces until it's completely blended in. Now, we're making sweet scones today, so I'm going to add 100 grams of caster sugar.
In a separate bowl, add the wet ingredients, 120 ml of double cream beaten with 1 egg and a cap of vanilla essence.
We're going to eat these with some strawberry jam, and that vanilla is just going to be a lovely background flavour.
Thoroughly whisk together and add to the flour mix.
Now this is the real secret of scones. Where with bread I've been teaching you to work and stretch the gluten to make it stronger, this is exactly the opposite. We want to work this as little as possible. All I want to do is blend everything smoothly together. That's enough.
With a bit of extra flour, roll out the dough to a couple of centimetres and cut out your scones.
Nice and gently, I don't want to squash it.
Bakers are often a little bit obsessive about measuring their ingredients, but it looks like Dan's gone a bit mad.
I'm allowing you a maximum of 2.5 centimetres on your scones, OK?
Okay.
Now, the last thing we need to do, brush the tops with a little milk. That will just give them a nice glossy glaze.
15 minutes in a hot oven.
Here we go.
And then it's time to see just how much rise Dan's got from his scones.
4 centimetres at the highest point. You agree? You think no?
Wait, your scones?
Well, let's call it 3.5.
Okay, fine. 3.5.
3.5's your challenge.
Okay.
No more than 2.5 centimetres high before they go in the oven.
Okay.
Good luck.
Thank you. I think this is going to be, hopefully, easier than the bread. Try not to make as much mess as Dan did. I feel much more able now than I did at the beginning, because I am, I think. This is the crucial part, not to fiddle with it too much. It doesn't seem to be coming together as well as Dan's did. I don't know. No more than 2 2.5.
Now, I could be mistaken, but it looks to me as if one of Sarah's scones is just bending the ruler.
2.5 exactly. Looks fine to me.
Sarah's measuring skills may be suspect, but it's her baking ability that matters. So have her scones hit the oven roof or stayed on the floor?
Wow.
Wow, they have really risen, haven't
Do you know
they?
what? They've really risen.
They really have. Great. That's just the magic of the oven.
And perhaps the magic of those deft baking fingers.
Then I think it's fair to say you've beaten me. Congratulations, you've passed your test.
And for the winner and the loser, the spoils.
I'm really proud of that.
You should be there, perfect.
Really good.
But the challenge doesn't end here.
I've got to make 500 scones for our strawberry fair we've got coming up. I'm wondering if you would join my baking team for the day.
Of course.
You would?
Definitely.
Fantastic.
Hope they come out as good as these.
I insist they come out as good as these.
Oh.
Everybody's getting so excited about the strawberry fair that we've all gone a bit strawberry doolally. I've got Gil and Tim experimenting with various strawberry savouries, and I don't want to miss out on the fun either. Strawberry gherkin. Not very nice at all. We want to shake up our guests' taste buds at the fair with a selection of savoury strawberry taste testers. After all, why restrict such a versatile berry to the sweet course?
First, we'll try a bit of used cheese. Yeah, it's surprisingly nice, actually. Very, very good. Quite nutty. But I'm not sure it's quite what we're looking for. Blue cheese and strawberry. Not wholly pleasant. Lunacy. No, definitely not. Blue cheese is out.
So Tim's struggling to find harmonious bedfellows. How's Gil doing?
Strawberries and cream work, but strawberries and salad cream is absolutely disgusting.
Now my turn to play the nutty professor, partnering a juicy half strawberry with a blob of peanut butter. Yes. And the reason that works so well, that whole dry mouth thing that you get when you eat peanut butter on its own, the strawberry just explodes and quenches your thirst. It's really good. So how about strawberry and mushroom? Surprisingly good. Bit of a breakfast special. Tim's getting radical too.
So I'm going to try something a little bit crazy. I'm going to try and hot smoke some strawberries. I'm going to drop a few oak chippings in there, and I'm going to cover it with a bit of trusty tinfoil.
And 5 minutes later, you've got a lightly smoked strawberry.
Dare I say it, that could be the strawberry of the year.
Next, Tim's got a twist on the classic fruit and meat combo of melon and Parma ham.
Lomo is a cured pork loin. It's marinated and salted with paprika. Definitely savoury, definitely tastes of strawberry. But I think it just needs a bit of our friend mint to balance it a little bit. So just put the mint on like that. Nice piece of strawberry. Fold it over. That is very nice.
Meanwhile, Gil's under the influence of another juicy red fruit.
Let's face it, these guys are pretty similar. I'm going to try strawberry ketchup.
To sliced strawberries and onions, he's adding a bouquet garni of bay, whole black pepper and secret spices. Some crushed garlic, brown sugar and a good slosh of cider vinegar. After 20 minutes simmering, pass the pulpy sauce through a sieve and prepare for a taste of the unknown.
Really got potential. Sauté potatoes. It's very much like a good barbecue sauce, but a sweet barbecue sauce. I mean, you could probably use this in replacement of the classic tomato ketchup.
The verdict on our strawberry savouries will go to our guests at the fair. At the start of the summer, we took on the spikes of the vicious gorse. We survived and laid down some lovely sparkling gorse flower wine.
That really is good.
I reckon the remaining bottles of this vintage could be used to make a summer cocktail for the fair, providing it's retained its party fizz.
Look at the sparkle on that. That's quite impressive, isn't it?
It's rather a splendid champagne almost.
Cheers. Very dry.
It is dry. It's very sharp too. I think the sweetness will go really well with it.
The first thing maybe we could try is I've got some macerated strawberries here. All they've had on them is plenty of sugar and a little bit of lemon. We could do a sort of Kir Royale.
Oh, that sounds pretty good.
You can use any sparkling wine for these cocktails, and it certainly doesn't need to be the pricey stuff.
That's really good. Superb sweetness with the acidity, just perfect.
I have to say, as a party drink, that's very quaffable, isn't it?
A good result for the syrup, but I want to use whole strawberries to get all the fleshy goodness into the fizz.
If the last one was sort of gorse Kir Royale, then this is a sort of gorse strawberry Bellini, because it's actually got the fruit pulp in it.
It's just a lovely colour, isn't it?
Is it good?
Yeah, I'll let you have some in a minute.
You're starting to look a bit like a strawberry. I like that even more. And I love the fact that it's using the whole strawberry. I think before we commit to our recipe for the strawberry fair, we should try one more thing. And that's a sort of strawberry daiquiri. So if you'd like to prepare the glass, handful of fresh strawberries, handful of ice, a bit more of the old gorse flour. And obviously it needs a bit of a kick, so cider apple brandy.
I think that'll do very nicely, actually.
I think I accidentally put enough in.
An amazing drink, isn't it?
I mean, that's the thing about daiquiris. You've always got to
concentrate.
Drink them quickly. You've got to drink them quickly. Oh, ow. It's like picking gorse all over again.
It's very pretty. Well, I thought you were going to kiss me for a minute. Get on.
It's the day of our strawberry fair, and it's all hands on deck. Sarah's back earning her crust as the baker's apprentice, helping Dan make scones. I'm in the kitchen baking herb-seasoned organic trout fillets in a hot oven for 10 minutes, while Gil puts together a sumptuous summery potato salad with young onions, broad beans, chives and mint, and a mustardy dressing. Now, let's get this party started, with strawberry bellinis just dripping with summer sunshine.
Cheers. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Strawberry Day. What do you think of that?
They're certainly slipping down a treat, but can the same be said for Gil and Tim's strawberry savoury surprises?
We've got some Lomo, strawberry and mint canapes here. They're absolutely gorgeous.
That's the business.
That's the business, isn't it? Bit different, nice and salty.
Come and have a try of the strawberry ketchup.
Strawberry ketchup?
Absolute winner.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Is that peanut butter? Never think of that, do we? You want to make some strawberry ketchup? Yeah. Really, really good. Excellent.
Lomo.
Thank you.
In our stripy strawberry tent, there's a berry bonanza, as we're asking people to pick their favourite variety.
Without a doubt, it's the Florence. It's scrumptious.
Which ones did you like, boys? I like that one. Two.
And I think I would come down in favour of this one.
Which is the masses' favourite.
So, ladies and gentlemen, officially, the tastiest variety of strawberry here at the Strawberry Fair is the Florence.
In the glutton tent, they're scarfing Sarah's scones, But will her best baking impress her harshest critic, her dad?
What do you think?
Very nice. I've been trying to teach Sarah to cook for 30 years and you managed it in 10 minutes.
You've been more than 10 minutes?
Yeah.
It's
very nice.
Hey there, how's it going?
Hi.
What do you think of Sarah's scones?
Oh, I'm absolutely amazed.
Do you know how you spot one of Sarah's as opposed to one of Dan's?
It's slightly higher, I
Yeah,
think.
exactly. You're absolutely right. It is the best jam, isn't it?
It's delicious, yeah.
That's the strawberry and gooseberry jam I think you've got.
Beautiful jam, lovely cream, and the best scone I've ever had.
Thank you.
Well done. Absolutely fantastic. And could we hear it for our smallest and most delicious looking strawberry? That's everyone cheering for you. What a fantastic day. Strawberry jam packed with good things. I hope you have a wonderful summer, full of seasonal delights, including a few of these. See you in the autumn.
Which style, John? Which style?
Yeah, let's go. We won? Yeah, we got it. The hungry chefs. It's too good to rush this jam. I'm just going to savour it.